Oh, the girls' room's cute. I never saw behind the camera.
The girls' room. Have you seen her sweater?
I have seen the sweater.
We're
Pretty
wearing them.
nice.
I want a sweater. Where's the sweater?
When are we gonna wear those? Beach week?
Which one? Beach week?
Oh, it's a week now. Shit. Why did I say that?
What day's your last day again?
15th.
Lit. Disney
So
trip.
we'll just adjust the flights from Disney to land at Ocean City Airport.
Sounds good. I mean, dude, wait, you got a flight simulator. So
I'm flying an airplane now.
yeah, dude, you're good. Also, I also saw that they have a flight simulator on PC, so I'm in. We can fly our planes around and crash them
show
like they
you.
had today.
They're hard. You can do multiplayer.
Wait, are we
flights.
in the episode right now?
Yeah.
All right, hey, that's
Hello?
that's an intro. Hello, Blee. Hello.
I'm also here.
Episode 9,000 minus
Episode 9.
8,992.
It's French for 9.
Where?
91.
I do know that. I don't know that. I actually Googled that today just so I can impress Ryan.
Oh, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, so we have been away, as in we, I mean myself. Jesse's wrangled me in, and I apologize sincerely.
We brought him back from
The depths.
wherever the
Ocean
fuck
City.
he was.
H2OI, lit, party, burnouts. Nah,
This
children, dude, dumb.
this Japanese car guy that I follow on Instagram.
Was he down there?
No, but he has a yellow S2000.
Oh,
and there was a video.
Straight out Fast and Furious.
Yeah. There's a video from H2I where a bunch of guys in banana suits were dancing around an S2000, and he posted.
Was it his?
Posted on a
wasn't
story.
him?
No, it wasn't
Oh.
him. But
Good for him. Yeah, that's no
probably a
bueno.
better choice.
It was a crazy couple weeks. It was fun. Down the beach. I'm looking at the girls' room because Shannon is back, as well as myself.
Because Shannon
Yay.
has. He's looking at Shannon because she has a slammed Honda Civic with a fat
dude.
exhaust.
She pretty much is Mia from Fast and the Furious. Yeah, so this week we have a fun guest.
Yeah, enough car
Someone
talk.
who we've been building up, and my only regret is not getting a wireless episode or a virtual episode
Oh,
with
Oh,
her
like a
from
foreign episode?
from across the pond.
A Zoom?
yeah. Have you sitting on a laptop in front of the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah,
Oh, that would have been fun.
there would have been a lot of background noise, and that would have
Yeah.
been horrible for our editors.
My laptop did not work that well, so it would have been
She also,
interesting.
the battery didn't work. She had to be plugged into power.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We could just download a Zoom picture and do it again.
Yeah, I
be
could have
great.
sat at like a Starbucks or something. A French Starbucks.
Yeah. So the Ryann Dwyer, the queen of
Ryann
France,
Dwyer, the
That's me.
sister of Shannon,
Shannon Dwyer.
the girls' room.
Yeah,
Girls'
lit.
room.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm
Thank you
excited
for having me.
to have Ryan on.
Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's wrap it
All
up.
right. Thank you.
Short, sweet, to the
Bye.
What?
Au revoir.
I think there's many things we'd like to ask.
What is your favorite color?
You see, that question.
There's no easy
I don't
questions.
believe in
No easy
colors.
answer. Yeah.
I think that if that is a serious question, it's a really hard question for me because it depends on my mood and it changes all the time.
So, what's your favorite color to wear versus what's your favorite color to see?
Favorite color to eat?
That's what Shannon said. The paint.
I don't know because I thought it was orange,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had an orange fiasco in my room where I painted it orange, and then I didn't like it, so I had to paint over it.
Then there was an arch, and then the arch was gone.
Yes, and then there was an orange arch, and then the
And
arch was
then
gone.
Miss Lawyer was like, "Oh, this isn't supposed to be tan."
Yes.
Whoops.
Wow.
It happens, you know. That's why I don't paint. Give me the hard labor.
Mm.
Anything else?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess
Like-
painting special. Can be hard labor or it can be like a hobby.
I'm not good at paint. Like I can't paint.
When you're painting this, it's hard labor. On the wall?
No, I'm terrible. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I can't paint
Oh,
a
you
wall.
messed it up.
I like creative painting, like painting for myself, but painting walls is too stressful.
Yeah, well, that's too much. Dave, on the other hand, he'll knock a house out in a day.
He's an artiste.
Yeah, he is on another level. That's what I told him. I said, like, give me a list of stuff to do. We've hung
not
fans,
Don't
we've
make me paint.
changed
What is that?
outlets, door handles, everything else, except I just can't paint.
Is that what firefighters do in their free time? When there's no fires, they paint?
Probably. It probably like brings them back down to earth, like nice
I
and
do
level
have-
headed.
A secret that he might want to be Bob Ross for Halloween.
Ooh.
That's a spoiler.
A spoiler alert.
We're
that's
having
what
a
I meant to
huge
say.
Halloween party
We're gonna have a Halloween episode.
with social distancing.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'll tell you later.
I didn't catch that. He was just
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
making
I
like
got the secret.
lip
You
movements
call
at
that? See,
me.
Yeah.
me and Ryan on wavelengths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mind reading.
Honestly, I feel like we're more siblings than Chad and Ryan are.
I agree.
I'm leaving. I'm mad. Everybody get out. Yeah, so Ryan is my sister-in-law. We've already established that.
Why?
She is a world traveler. She's insane. Masters in art.
Yes.
Master artiste.
Master.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the. Oh God, this next one.
What
is
kind
it?
of art? Are you gonna like make a movie, or are you gonna paint a picture, or
It's technically a master's in film. So it's not film like the production of film. Like I don't really know the technical side. Like I don't know how all of this works. I don't know how the microphones or camera works.
Neither do we.
But it's more about like the study of film, like film studies, more I guess like analyzing films or like the
So she probably tore
philosophy,
apart-
film theory.
or like top 5 films? She's probably like
What?
they watch shit cinema.
Listen, she probably didn't listen to it.
So what were your top films?
What do you think
I
about?
could destroy a film.
What do you think about spaghetti westerns? Like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Are you asking about that movie or my opinions on the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Any of them.
I don't know. Most of them are like most westerns are just very racist. But I guess of their time, they're good.
Probably the best of the best in that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Huge Harry Styles fan.
That's true.
We can dedicate that line. Sorry, actually, asterisks. This just in. Harry Styles' current love of his life.
Oh,
Ryann
yeah.
Dwyer.
Thank you. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. And if he's listening to this, like I said before, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
But huge controversy. She's the Queen of France, not England.
I said
the Queen of
England earlier.
France.
I messed up.
The Queen of France. So this might just be a political marriage.
Oh, true.
I'm just trying to bring the countries together.
Yeah, well,
I'm doing the best I can.
do the best I can. That's it. I mean, I would say you're a Rise Up barista, but are you going back?
Yeah, I was a Rise Up barista, and then I stopped for a little bit because I was living in Paris.
Just in case
If you
anybody
didn't
didn't know.
know.
She's been in Paris for a
They
while.
But I will
denied your
be-
venture
Yeah,
to open one there.
I will be back baristing
Lit.
soon, hopefully, because I love to barista.
Yeah, that's where our love for Rise Up's come from. Rise Up, Staple, Maryland, Staple Ocean City.
I love you, Rise Up.
15 years, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I've been gone for a year, so,
Yeah,
you know.
I need
she's-
to catch up on my knowledge.
That's all right. Well, they have 15-year stickers, and they have a ton
Okay.
of billboards.
Then yeah,
They need to bring one to Perry Hall, White Marsh, Nottingham, somewhere up in this area.
15 years, you're correct.
I should have known that.
That's all right. They'll quiz you when you get back.
Yeah, they will.
And you can just say, like, oh, no, quiz them in Paris. And then you guys are even.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we had...
That sounds even to me.
Yeah, I would say that's probably pretty fair. In honor of Ryan's living in Paris, we had some Grey Goose tonight. Not today. We're not day drinkers anymore.
Oui,
Third
oui.
week.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Had some White Claws, some High Lifes. Maybe crack open this little thing of rum here. We are not sure. Jesse's like, maybe not. Yeah. So let's dive into your travels.
Sounds good.
What countries? Do you know them all?
All the countries I've been to?
Yeah.
Yes, I do know them all. The first country I ever been to outside of the US was Italy. In college, I think I was 19. That was very exciting. And then that was also the first time I went to Paris. I went there directly after Italy. I took an overnight train, which was also very exciting. And after that, I think India might have been the next country.
Ooh, curveball.
Yeah, I think it might have been because I think the past year was like the most traveling I've done in like a small period of time. So I went to India January of 2019, and then Costa Rica that summer, and then that August is when I left for Paris.
How long were you in
I
India
think
for?
so. Just for a month. It was like a winter
Just a month.
study abroad.
Just a
Just a
month.
month.
It was a long month. We honestly thought that was like the longest route would ever be away from us.
Yeah.
I remember like the goodbyes at the airport
Wow.
then versus like you leaving for a year.
Yeah.
That was a weird, awkward.
When I left for
Time,
Paris.
yeah.
It was weird because like I feel like my head wasn't there. My head was like thinking about the plane ride,
Yeah.
getting to my place, not having cell service, how I'm gonna get there. But then I was like, oh, I need to say goodbye to people
Everybody
that
else
are right
was
in
like,
front of me.
we're leaving Rye for a year.
Yeah. And I was like, mentally, I'm not here.
But then it like hit you once you were there
Yeah.
because you end up coming home for a little while.
Oh, yeah. I
Which is a
did.
pleasant surprise for the holidays.
Yeah, that was fun. I didn't think I'd be able to. But then a few months in, I was like, you know what? I really want to be home for the holidays.
Luckily you did because then with COVID,
Yeah.
you know, it would have been hard to get back. It would have been like a legit year.
Yeah.
COVID messed up our plans.
Yeah, you guys were supposed to visit me.
I finally got my passport. You know what I mean? I got my passport and everything. And look what happened.
Law.
Maybe I brought COVID among us.
Now.
It's my fault.
No.
I look
You know?
like a thug in my passport photo.
I got my mustache on my license too. It looks terrible. I remember a lady like taking my picture. She was like, "Don't even worry about smiling."
I was wearing a white turtleneck with a white background, so I'm just like a floating head in my picture. But I did smile in it. I smile in all of my pictures.
Mine was funny because I went to the post office in like small town Westminster. I was like, oh, I heard like post office does passport photos, and like no one knew what I was talking about. And then some guy comes in the back. He's like, I got you, bud.
I got you, bud.
We went in the back, took my passport photo. He got me all hooked up and showed up in the mail.
It's gonna cost you $4,000. Meanwhile, Jesse was just in a back alley with some guy with a Kodak, like little.
Like a disposable.
You had to go get them printed out at Walmart, take them back to the post office.
Whatever. It got me into Thailand, so.
Well, yeah, that's sick. Most of your travel has been for education.
Yes.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
But you still get some free time to explore. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the education part helped me learn more about the country. That's serious. It just sounded really cheesy.
That's what they paid you to say.
and sort of,
Brought to
I
you by
guess,
Salisbury University.
I guess sort of like fit in better too. They probably give you a bunch of resources to help you
Yeah.
sort of assimilate for your time there. And
Bunch of resources. I just remember like the videos of Ryan in the back of like the trike cab.
Oh, in India?
Yeah, like just buzzing around and like horns going off.
Oh.
oh,
like-
that's so sketchy. Thailand's the same way where people are driving
tuk-tuks.
everywhere.
Monkeys
Yeah.
stealing your food.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
I
my
did
gosh.
get attacked by a monkey, and
Yeah.
I'm very afraid of monkeys.
Yeah, they take car
Resources.
keys. I was with a friend who lived in Thailand for a while, and all these tourists are like going up and trying to pet the monkeys, and he's like,
No.
"Stay the fuck away from them.
Don't even look at
They're
them, bro.
monsters."
They know.
Monkeys are terrifying.
Don't even look at them. Yeah, dude. So, I'm trying to think. So you've been to all but Australia and Antarctica. So you've been to 5 continents.
I haven't been to
You've been to
Africa. Yeah.
So 4.
I was supposed to go, but Corona messed that up.
You're supposed to go to Africa? While
Yeah,
you were
I was
there?
going to go to Morocco.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I was going to take like the ferry from Spain to Morocco,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't, obviously.
Morocco,
Damn. That would have been
underrated part of Epcot. It's Morocco.
true.
That's what I say. I'm like obsessed with Morocco, and they never want to go.
Morocco is 100% a Passover spot.
Yeah, and I'm
Like-
like, please, can we please go to Morocco?
They have a half-ass beer that you chug as quickly as possible just to get the next place to drink.
Why everyone's like, "Let's go to Mexico." I'm like, "That's what my backyard looks like."
Mexico is the starter. You start with either margarita
temples.
Margaritas.
or,
yeah.
or a shot of tequila.
The little like temple ride with the
So
thunder and
Jesse
shit.
actually
That-
cares
that
about what
part's
we're
actually
doing in Epcot. Like, I'm just worried about, like, look, we got to get through the shot of tequila so we can get to China and we can have their
the
mixed
best
drinks. Yeah, and get food and egg rolls.
Ooh, do they still do a thing where the kids can like make the masks and get them stamped in each country?
Yes. Great.
I loved that as a kid. Okay, we went from her going to Morocco to like tour of Epcot.
Hey. Dude, I love Epcot. So
This
we
is a
did.
shout out to Morocco and Epcot.
Hey, we'll tag them.
She's like shopping in every store at Epcot.
Yeah, they have the best
real
jewelry.
ones. My real one's at Morocco Epcot.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean that's where Aladdin and Jasmine sign autographs.
True.
They're like
Yeah.
one of like the only. Well, I wouldn't say one of the only, but like I don't think any other princesses are at Epcot.
Mulan's at Epcot.
True.
Um,
Snow White.
everyone's looking
Oh,
at
I mean, Shannon.
You are
Okay,
the
first of all,
fact
Shannon knows everything about Disney. That's what we're all looking at.
isn't Elsa like in Norway?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've never
Ooh.
seen her.
It's always been a long wait.
I've only seen her at Magic Kingdom.
I'm not the expert here, so don't look at me.
Yeah.
I just like
We were
I
supposed.
just like Morocco.
We were supposed to go to.
There.
Uh,
Alice in Wonderland is usually there.
Where's she?
She's usually in. She's across. Like, I don't know where exactly.
Did they add
Across
Coco
the
to
river.
Mexico?
They're redoing the inside as Coco.
Ooh.
Yes, Coco's the best.
I love the inside of that temple.
I haven't been to Disney since Elsa was invented.
Since she was created.
October 12th. Or 15th.
Spoiler alert.
Alert.
I feel like that's supposed to be in England. Do they have? Yeah, they have England. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say. All right, so we'll get in that.
Okay.
We'll- 'cause
Anyway,
I
that'll
definitely-
be on the Disney
that's-
episode.
That's a new thing. I
This
kind
weekend when I'm on it.
Whoa, hey, you can't give out. Oh, cut it. Cut.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Spoiled.
Shannon's out.
Special guest.
A special guest. So what?
Thinks she's special.
What other
my
countries
word.
did you wish you would have visited? Or, I mean, obviously Morocco.
Oh.
But like, what's another country in like anywhere?
Oh, anywhere?
Yeah. Not planned. Or planned. that
Not
you
planned.
wanna
My one country that I feel like have been my recent need to go to, which we were talking about earlier, is Japan. I really want to go to Japan. I really want to go to
go. I want to go too. Didn't we talk about this?
Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
I
need to
asked
introduce
if you
yourself
wanted
to
go
anime
Asia.
culture.
You said you were to Japan.
Because I went to India, but I want to explore more of Asia.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I will probably go as far as Japan. But
I want
that's
to go to Japan.
Isn't that the furthest you can go?
Korea?
it
I
depends
want
on
to
which
go
way
back
you
to
go.
Thailand.
I'm
Go to
going
Vietnam.
west.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
okay,
think
so
I'll hit Japan. But like, isn't Grace going there to work?
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, she told me about
should
that,
go
and I was
stay.
like, I'm ready.
We
That's
should go
what I
visit
said.
Grace.
She hasn't
The-
been approved to go yet. 'Cause of
My friend.
Yeah,
my
I feel
friend,
like Corona put a stop to everything.
when my friend was in Japan, he said like there's like a vending machine serving beer, like it's like
And you were like,
legit.
sign me up.
I'm like, where do I sign? And then he also said like the city is like constantly like lit, like it's like Times Square all the time. And I'm like, again, sign me up.
I think not this year, but they were supposed to open it this year, like the Studio Ghibli like amusement park or something. But I think they pushed it back a year or two, so I would wait till that's open so I can
I'm
get
in.
to it.
Or the
Watch some Studio
Olympics.
Ghibli movies.
The Olympics was supposed to be. It's going to be in
It was supposed to be
2021
in
now, right?
Japan. The first one with skateboarding and rock climbing.
Isn't
There might be another sport.
Isn't-
Might be surfing they added or something.
I think
like
baseball's back in it too. Back in because they took it out because baseball's they already have the God I'm an idiot. Like World Classic, which is all the teams from the world play in a tournament. So it's like, why would you have the Olympics? It's kind of like the World Cup.
Yeah.
Then you have the Olympics too. So it's I don't know.
Yeah.
You have a specific world tournament.
I mean,
Why would
every
you have-
sport's like that though. Like
I guess
tennis,
so.
skiing, track. They have world championships, and they still have the Olympics.
That does make sense. I guess the Olympics. I don't know. I've always liked the Olympics because I feel like it's more of an individual thing in my eyes. Like individual sports really shine because the best of the best. You don't have like world tournaments. You just have like the top tier tours. But
The fun thing about Asia is that we're there to see tourist attractions, but we are also the tourist attractions, or at least me being a tall redheaded guy.
Oh, that's true. Also in India, there was a people wanted to get your
remember that.
picture and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
like hold my baby,
yeah. They're like, "Here's my baby, please."
like
I
grace
was like,
it.
"No."
COVID sucks. Like literally ruined all this stuff. 'Cause, like, I mean, I don't even think I'll travel for the next year. Like outside the country. Because like inside the country,
I mean,
you can kind of
there's
regulate
places
it.
that are a lot worse here than.
That's very true. It's very true.
It's whether other countries will accept.
I also
Americans.
don't. I don't know. I also don't know because I've never been outside the country, so I can't say like yeah, this is the worst, or they're the worst, or anything. Like, I'm very biased because I only know here. So it isn't worse than H2OI.
It's funny.
So
Nothing is.
I mean, to get
an
the
H2O.
literally nothing is worse.
to get
the eighth Rome
the
of hell.
yeah. To get the best experience, you should like go with someone who knows the country or has been there before.
So we're going to Japan.
I haven't been to Japan.
We're all going to Japan with nobody.
I mean, because
no
sometimes
tour guide.
it can be like cultural overload, I guess. So it's hard for you to fully take in the full experience. And does that make sense? Maybe Ryan can elaborate more on that. You've been to a lot more countries than me.
Like
When
if-
I went.
Go ahead.
When I went to India, I think it is something I could have done on my own potentially, but I went, like, the group that I went with, the teacher that led the group, he grew up like in Mumbai and he knew everything. He had like a lot of connections there who knew like people and stuff. And I don't like know if I could get by without them. I'm sure I could have like a really good experience, but I don't think it would have been as good if I didn't have them. Same when I went to Italy the first time, like the woman that I was with, she had lived in Florence before and she knew all about Italy. That was like her main like subject that she learned about like in undergrad, grad school stuff. So I feel like they definitely gave the best experience. Not that you always need like an actual professor in that.
Yeah, like don't let it stop you.
But it's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of like having like a plug. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, like
Like,
okay,
I went
not like
to
a drug
France.
plug, but like a plug. Like, I mean, like
Yeah.
if somebody comes, like a foreign exchange student coming here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're not just coming here on their own. Like, okay, I'll wing it. I'll figure it out. They're coming here to stay. Like, if they stay with somebody, like
Yeah.
a family's there to introduce them to things. Like a slow introduction, not like
Yeah.
an abrupt. Like, we'll figure it out.
I feel like I noticed that the most the first time I went to Italy because I went with a group and like through Salisbury with professors, and then I left that trip to go to Paris by myself for the first time, and that's when I noticed like I'd be walking down the street and everything would be really cool and like I would know it's all like historical and important, but I wouldn't know. There wasn't somebody telling me like, oh, that's what this is, that's what that is. So it's definitely either like do your research or just be with somebody that knows a lot about it.
Also, pointing out, didn't you go to the Netherlands too? You went to Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, I went to Amsterdam
Okay.
too. I forgot about that. I thought of it when you were talking.
Yeah, that was like sitting there thinking, I was
She
like,
forgot about that. It was all the messed up shit she did.
nothing
That was really
incriminating.
It
It was
wasn't that
legal.
exciting.
Yeah.
It was.
Stuff was. So what was like the biggest difference, I guess, from like living in the US versus living in Paris? Also, sorry, before you answer that. So you also like, it was cool because you lived with an American
Yeah.
person in Paris, but she was teaching in
Fern.
no, she was teaching English.
Yeah, she was teaching English like
that's what I
to
meant.
international students
Okay.
in Paris.
That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, it was really cool living with her because she was a lot older and she had been living in France probably since like my age. Like she went there around my age to go to grad school just like me and she just like stayed
chilled.
there. Yeah, she really liked
And
it.
she's from the East Coast.
So it wasn't like
Yeah, she's
another
from like
student.
North Carolina. Yeah, she was like, I don't know, maybe 70s or so.
Make you Airbnb while you're there. For
Do what?
Did you do Airbnb?
Oh yeah, I did Airbnb when I first got there.
Okay.
Because I didn't have a place to live and it's really hard to get a place to live in Paris.
Really?
Yeah, it was
So
really
and then
hard.
you just like rented a room for months from her.
Yeah, I just got there staying at Airbnb and then looked for an apartment while I was there.
It's pretty cool.
Wow.
So what was your biggest difference? Like cultural shock?
I feel like that's so hard to answer, but one of my favorite things about it, and I don't know if this is just specific to my experience, but was with being around people from different parts of the world, or I don't know, like having friends from like all around the world, because I feel like our whole view is very like global, and I didn't realize that I didn't have that when I lived in the US. Not that I was like ignorant to what was going on in the world, but I didn't have that like immediate perspective of people from a different world around me. And it could be like small things or big things, just stuff that we noticed that were different. But I would come home and like tell people about my friends. They're like, oh, I never really like had a friend that was from a different country. And I was like, yeah, that's just so crazy to me now that we aren't always surrounded by like a global perspective, I
different,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like the US is very like, we feel like it's centralized, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like everything, like Europe and Asia and even Africa is like really crammed together. So like it's very easy to travel there. So people land in different areas and just kind of hang out there and stay there. So you probably have more people that are like transplants than you do in America, where it's like, oh yeah, my family's like, my great grandfather came here,
Yeah.
or you know, my parents came here, but like they didn't come here and stay here. So it's like kind of different.
I mean, the funny thing is people in Europe don't realize that, like how they can take a 2-hour drive and be in a completely different culture or country, but they don't want to do that. Like they hear 2-hour drive and they moan and complain, but there's some Americans that do that every day for work.
Like, you commute. Like people that work on the other side of the bridge and come to Baltimore to work or something like that. Or like DC, hop on a train to, that's a good point.
I feel like it made me like frustrated at first of American culture, since we think we're so centralized and we only think like America first and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I guess after a while it kind of made me more sympathetic, because America or the US, United States, whatever, is so big that not a lot of people have the opportunity to leave the country, or they can't really go that far because it's a lot harder for us. It's more expensive. So you can't blame somebody if they haven't ever left their state.
Yeah.
Because we could drive like 18 hours and we're still in the same culture, where they have like all these different cultures at their hands.
I mean, like, and the United States is so big, and states are so big. I mean, I feel like states are some size of some countries.
Driving through Texas.
I mean, like Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Like, I wasn't even thinking Texas. I was thinking like Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like for me, Italy's like the boot, but like Louisiana is in the shape of like an L. So I'm like, it's kind of like the same. Like
I think France is the same size as Texas. Like I think they are like about the same size.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I just have to point out, I think Shannon thinks what you just said is very stupid. She was trying to hold
What'd you
back a
say?
laugh really
What did I say that was stupid?
about Italy and Louisiana.
Okay, they're not the same thing. I'm just saying, like,
I'm surprised that you picked Louisiana.
I went based off of shape, like L as Louisiana, and then like Italy is like a boot, which is also in the shape of an L, backwards L. All right, I'm dumb. Everything's dumb.
Stupid American.
Where were we?
If you can tell, I haven't been out of the country. Yeah. So I'm ignoring Shannon.
I'm sorry I threw you under the bus, Shannon. I just saw you holding back a laugh.
Anyway. I just can't get over that. Okay, rise.
But yeah, so you're driving through a country.
No, you're driving through a country.
It's really fucking big.
Yeah. For a recap, the United States is very big.
Yes.
Like, we live in a small state, Maryland. Relatively, it's a small fucking state. But you can drive in Maryland for 6 hours and be in the same state.
Yeah.
Shannon's throwing my vibe. I blame Shannon. Ruined. Everything's ruined.
You should blame me. I'm the one that...
No, you're not at fault here, Jesse. Don't blame yourself.
Podcast ruined.
I'm looking at you. Oh,
yes. Partake.
Shan, can you fact check for me?
While Shannon's writing that.
Population of Louisiana.
It's like 12 people and they're all assholes.
And they all like the Saints.
So they're all brain dead.
So anyway, Rye, your
Yes.
major while you were in Paris was Masters of Film.
Yes.
Ooh, did you go to the Louvre? The Louvre?
did.
The Louvre?
I've seen
I
pictures.
went to the Louvre many
How many?
times.
4.6 million.
Did you look
4.6.
Mona Lisa in the eyes?
It's very small.
I did a few times.
Not as many as I thought.
I tried my best.
It's hard
I tried to catch her eye.
There's more than like
Wait, did you say there's 4 million
4.6
people in
million.
Louisiana?
in Louisiana.
Are you sure?
That's what I said.
What the fuck?
I said it wasn't that many.
Probably like 3 million of
I
them
thought
live in New
there
Orleans.
was
How many people in the world?
Million.
There's more than that in the world.
Wait. You said 3 trillion in Louisiana?
Okay, I was definitely going to go with like 10 million. But
Wait, we
Wait, look
live
up
in
the
Louisiana?
Look up the population of France.
Is there more people in Louisiana than France? Is that's a brain fuck?
No, there can't be. Paris is a huge city.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Paris and a lot of people in Marseille.
Where's the statue of David? Is that in the Louvre?
How do you know that?
That's
Do
in
you live
Florence.
67 million in France.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That puts it in
Italy has
perspective.
like 33 million.
Isn't that crazy to think? There's that many people in a country, and there's other countries that have
Look
that.
at Maryland's population.
It's just like, where are all these
Baltimore City
I know,
has like
where are
a
the
million
people?
in Baltimore
Well,
alone.
just the state of California alone is in like top 10 world economies. If like California was on its own,
Well, Silicon Valley alone, I'm sure, and Hollywood.
pretty
6 million in
there's
Maryland.
6 million. So it's like double Louisiana.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Where are they?
Howling
They're all
at
at
the moon out there.
H2O.
Goddamn children out back.
Yeah, all of them are at H2O.
I feel for them. So your major. I want to know how you picked it.
Yes.
First off.
Ooh.
Because you kind of already explained it. But how'd you get into it? Because what was your undergrad?
My undergrad was also in film.
Okay.
And I majored in film and I minored in gender studies. But towards the end of it, I switched my minor to philosophy just because I really love philosophy. And I was going to double major with philosophy, but I didn't have enough time. Not that all of that's important. But basically, I studied film, gender studies, and philosophy.
Okay.
But I took a few film classes in high school. And I really, really liked them. Like, I just thought it was really fun to watch them and, like, kind of pull them apart. Because I feel like it's a mix of, like, studying a literature and art. Like, I don't know, you can pull apart, like, the visuals and you can also pull apart, like, the representation or the dialogue. There's so much into it. But I didn't know that I wanted to go to college. I didn't think it was for me, but I realized that I could study film at college. So I was like, oh, that's great. I want to do that. So that was what I knew I wanted to do. And then I went to Salisbury and studied film.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. I love French film while I was there. So then that's why I was like, I want to
At one
go
point,
to Paris and study French film.
I gave them a huge breakdown of the culinary accuracy of Ratatouille.
I never had ratatouille while living in France.
Wow.
I mean, it's not necessarily
Gotta
a
go
French
back.
film.
Yeah, and
that's
it's
based off French.
a vegetarian dish, and I just never ate it. I don't even think I saw it on the menu.
Really?
Wow.
Disrespect to Ratatouille the movie.
Whole movie about it. Honestly. You know what I mean? They couldn't even put it on. Like, somebody didn't have it on the menu? Jesus.
I went to even like a vegetarian and a vegan French restaurant. And ratatouille wasn't on the menu.
I mean, it looks kind of hard to make. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like it's literally just like vegetables. Yeah.
And then you just be a ignorant American, like, you got that ratatouille stuff? Like in the movie.
Yeah.
With the rat.
Yeah. And a redhead guy. And a big tubby guy with a spoon on the sign.
Where's that guy at? Where's
Yeah.
Gusteau?
Wait, where is this? Gusteau's. What do you mean? What do you mean he's not real? He was on the TV screen. God.
Wow.
I hate the fact that we're using Southern accents for that because that's very direct.
That's what the rest of the world thinks Americans sound like.
Yeah, I've heard so many times by people. I was explaining this to my mom yesterday, and I feel like I don't really understand it that much. But so many people have told me, like, oh, but you don't sound that American, or like you don't have that much of an American accent.
What,
and
you
I was
want
like,
me
well,
to
what like, I want to know what you're thinking. Like, are you thinking about California, South, like
I don't
New
speak
York?
English well enough?
Yeah, like
or
what?
You want me to say yeehaw and ride my horse into town? And
You mean because I don't have my cowboy hat on? Or
sorry, let me get my gun.
Let me go change.
my 6-shooter's not on my hip?
Pardon
so-
me.
We were thinking of that. Remember when we were looking at... Sorry, I'm not on this one again.
Yes, over to Shannon for the.
We really need to
For the
get a girls'
questions?
room mic. I feel like we're sophisticated enough now that where we can run an extension.
Like, I don't want to say it. And King and the Sting, the culture corner.
Oh god, the culture corner. I honestly
It's kinda
love
racist.
that. It is kind of racist because it's most of the time the black guy and the Asian girl, but they put a great perspective on a lot of things, and most of the time it's a lot of jokes that they create, and it's really funny. But they call it the culture corner, and it's really good. But I would like to have a mic and a headset to Shan, so she can
Over to Shan.
she can chime in. That way you can actually give us the updates. All right. So speaking of dishes. And
Yes.
ratatouille. I said it wrong on purpose.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. What was your favorite meal in Paris? Or anywhere. Let's open it up to
Oh, anywhere.
anywhere.
Besides.
And please don't name the place where you had to eat with your hands. Because what?
You mean in all of India?
You mean everywhere?
No, that
Right
was,
hand.
Whenever
right?
I think
So-
of it's right hand. Whenever I think of my favorite meal ever, it's a meal that I did have in India, and I took a picture of it just because I was like, I need to capture this moment. And if you looked at it now, you would just think it's like a bowl of mush. Like you wouldn't understand why it's so good, but like it was just so good, and it was after a long day of traveling. But I don't know, all their food was so good because most of it's vegetarian, and it was just like vegetables with a lot of like sauce, and you would eat it with your hands, or you would eat it with like some naan bread and like some rice and just like eat it with your hands. And I feel like the experience was just really fun. And yeah.
Is that one of your first meals you had there?
No, I think it was the first like weekend excursion that we had. Like we had been like on a bus, like a train and then a bus all day. And then we went to a hotel, and it was just like the meal from the hotel. And it was just one of the best meals I've ever had.
Oh my gosh. I feel that because in Thailand, after my like 20 something hour journey, we made our way out of the airport to a hotel, and then we made our way to a 7-Eleven, and I got like a fucking egg sandwich. And the lady at the register was like, "Do you want me to warm it up for you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she like put it in the microwave a couple seconds, and then
An egg sandwich?
yeah,
Bon appetit.
like egg salad.
Egg salad? You heat your egg salad up?
No, but yes. And I ate that after 22 hours of traveling, and it was the best meal I had in Thailand. Not actually.
It just
though,
hits
but
different.
Yeah,
like,
it
after
hits
you've been
different.
traveling all day. It was probably like because every day, like, not that I don't want to say like we ate the same thing at like our hostel every day. Like it was usually just the same food every single day, and this was basically one of those meals that I probably had so many times. But just that day, I was like, "This is the best food I've ever had." So good. Still think about it. Besides that, pizza in Italy is also really good. Obviously.
They don't cut.
Actually,
They
it
don't
was
cut,
street
and
food.
it's similar. The pizza in Italy is very similar to the pizza in France. Don't cut. It's also good.
They use fork and knife to cut it though. Like they
Yeah.
don't cut it like to hold it like
Yeah, they
piece
just-
by piece. But
Yeah.
it's like a personal pizza,
Yeah.
fork and knife.
Yeah. You just kind of, I feel like I kind of cut it in like a rectangle, and I like fold it with the fork, and then I like eat it.
Eat it. That's
I don't think I had that much like traditional French food just because I'm not, most of that's like a meaty food. I don't know, like French soup or like the onion soup or just a lot of meat or like snails and stuff.
French onions.
Yeah, like escargot. Like I don't eat
French
stuff like
onion
that.
soup.
So
I haven't had French escargot, but I've had like Vietnamese snails.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on all that. I don't like the way that any of that sounds.
I mean, they're good.
We can get it in France. In Epcot. They do. No, they do. They do. When my parents went on their well, if there's a honeymoon or anniversary, they got it. They went to like the fancy restaurant that you can sit up top and overview Epcot. They got it. It's a hard pass. I don't
for
even
me,
wanna-
dog.
That's
French
enough for me,
cheese is
dog.
also really good.
I'll do it.
French cheese.
Yeah, I don't
Stinky?
like, it is known that I don't like cheese.
Is French
and I
better
don't
than
eat it
Italian
here.
cheese?
Then what?
Than Italian cheese.
I don't remember Italian cheese that much. It wasn't, you didn't really get like cheese boards in Italy. At least not I did. But like we would get cheese boards in France, and I don't usually like cheese and I don't eat cheese, but I would eat it there. And it didn't even hurt my stomach. Like it was just so good. It was so smooth. With a little baguette,
good.
some wine.
She lived in Paris. Everybody.
They're like
I lived in
in
Paris.
case nobody knows.
I ate baguettes and drink wine.
yeah, I mean, you
their
know.
milk and eggs are different. You can just
Oh, yeah,
like
they're-
sit them on the
yeah.
counter and
All their eggs
You
are
don't have to
brown. They're not
refrigerate it.
refrigerated.
Ooh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
it's something in like the pasteurization process. I think that makes it different.
Yeah, because I think it's either pasteurized or unpasteurized cheese is illegal in the U.S., whichever one we don't have. But it's not,
Unpasteurized,
yeah,
I
but it's
think.
legal in France, and that's where the really good cheese is from. And I think it's illegal here because it may be dangerous to pregnant women or something like that. It's like not a good reason, but it's illegal in the U.S. and it's really good. It's like the soft cheeses, I think.
I don't know enough about cheese.
Neither do I.
Accurately.
I just ate it.
Yeah,
and I
we
was
probably
happy about
butchered
it.
that
ahead,
pasteurized,
Shannon, let
unpasteurized
us
know.
take.
I do know that Ben and Jerry's, I told you this the other day,
What?
massages
Cheese ice
their
cream.
cows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
a
like
masseuse
Wagyu.
come and massages their cow. No.
Shout
for
out to
the-
Ben and Jerry's because they're a good company.
Yeah, for their dairy, for their ice cream. They massage their cows.
Like, oh,
I mean, I don't know.
give me that milk.
Give me that. Sounds awkward when you say it like that.
Whatever you gotta do for the fucking
Give
ice
me that
cream.
milk.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ben and Jerry's. That's why you're paying like $6 a
Yeah,
pint.
I have the
so.
non-dairy one, so.
They do have the best like flavor of ice cream too.
Oh, that strawberry cheesecake.
That fish food, that Cherry Garcia.
Plain vanilla is just like
I took a quiz of which Ben and Jerry's flavor I was, and I got Cherry Garcia.
Cherry
Let's go to
Garcia.
the factory.
Hey, where's that
That's a
from?
thing, isn't it?
Vermont, I think. Vermont's the best state, also.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I agree with that.
Wide-eyed. He's
I
like,
fucks with Vermont.
like something just struck a bone deep down inside of Jesse.
Like,
Jesse's
holy shit. A
ding,
long
ding,
day
jackpot.
of skiing and getting that little spooky feeling when you drive through a covered bridge at midnight. Oh,
only Vermont
Vermont.
has those.
I've only been to Vermont once, but I stayed on like an alpaca farm, and like it was just the best weekend of my life. I got like fresh apples from the orchard.
all my Vermonters out there, like, keep living the life.
Yeah,
Shout out to Battlesboro.
this is for
Battlesboro.
Bernie.
This is for Bernie.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, after like skiing all day, we went to a Indian restaurant in Vermont, and it turns out it was a really fancy place. And we showed up like sweaty after skiing and like just scarfed down some Indian food, and it was an experience.
You had to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had to be there.
Was
Jesse's
the food
up-
good after a long day?
yeah, everything's good. I guess Garrett doesn't work hard, is what we is what we're getting from
Yeah,
this.
you've never eaten after a long day.
Shane doesn't feed me.
You've never fucking like climbed Mount Everest, like saved 3 children
Yeah.
from drowning, and then farmed an entire rice paddy and like had a
Yeah.
bowl of cereal. Like,
You never
what's wrong
travel
with you?
across India and then eating food at night.
No,
Oh my gosh,
that's
Garrett.
why I went into IT. So I didn't have to work very hard for a living. You work smarter, not harder. Then you can just eat.
Just come on. Why don't
Whatever
you
you
do
want.
something for the human race?
You know, I'm really not
Backpack across
contributing
India.
to humanity.
We love you. I'm sorry.
You know, honestly, it's not the food for me. It's a nice cold beverage at the end of the day that does it for me.
Let's go to Oktoberfest. It's fucking October tomorrow. Let's get it.
Yeah. Oktoberfest's happening in Berlin, Maryland. Not Berlin, Germany.
When?
This month. I'm not sure when. I'm pretty sure it's still going
Berlin,
on.
as in like,
For those that don't know, that's near Ocean City.
Saturday?
Not probably this Saturday, but
but like
soon-ish.
Saturday's October.
Chan, when's Oktoberfest?
Fact check it.
Hallo.
Hello.
Ich heiße
I'm here for the beer.
Ich möchte Bier
Okay,
jeden
well.
Tag trinken.
What? You're more German than anybody.
It says October 17th.
I like to drink beer every day. Past tense.
Past tense. Drank.
I like to drink beer. I butchered that.
Drank beer. Drinking.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Tense and multiple verbs get
Yes.
me. Rye.
I'm sure you've gotten asked this question a lot.
Yes.
What are you going to do with your degree?
I don't know.
Besides be a barista, because we already know you're good at that.
I don't know at all what I want to do with my degree.
Yeah?
So let's
Yeah.
purchase the Walters Art Museum, and then Rye can run it, and we can open a bar downstairs.
Okay, yeah, that was actually my plan.
Where is
Took
this?
the words right out of my mouth.
Walters
Walters.
Art Gallery Museum. It's near that Edgar Allan Poe Memorial, and
It's in Baltimore.
Baltimore? As if you guys can't
I
tell,
don't
I'm
know
not
what the area
cultured
is
enough to know
called.
what this is. So.
I went there in 5th grade.
Oh.
Might have been 4th.
My bad. Carroll County, dude. That education
We were
system.
learning about the Babylonians, so we went to see a Babylonian art exhibit in Walters.
Wow.
Anyways, what are you doing with your degree? Not that, I guess.
I
guess.
think what I realized more,
Maybe that.
yeah, not yet. If that's my backup plan is owning the Walters, but if that doesn't work out, I feel like I realized once I like in undergrad, I really liked international cinema. That was my favorite like course that I took because I like to travel and I also like movies. So then I went to France and I learned about their movies. And when I was in India, I took a Bollywood course. So I learned about their movies. And I think it's a really good reflection of their culture. So I really like mixing both of those things. And I don't know what I want to do with that, but I think it would be cool to like travel more and also learn about like their film industry or their cinema through it.
Pack your
Rye's
bags,
going for
boys and
another year.
girls.
So,
Rye's going again.
and I'm
Pack
really into
your
like
bags.
Japanese movies and TV shows right now. So that might be the next thing.
Again, ding ding ding, jackpot. Jesse's wide-eyed anime.
The anime episode isn't coming up yet.
Okay, sorry. We can't talk about that. We're not allowed. Honestly, like I see Ryan going out west and like landing in some. I don't want to say like she's going to be on production, but I feel like she's going to be on like a booth that, or not a booth. Someone, yeah, film critics. Like, what do they call that? Not a booth. Panel. panel review.
Oh, panel?
Like she's gonna be on a panel or a
so
board.
cool.
Board is what
Oh,
I was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for.
Oh yeah.
To like review films.
That
Like
would be so
writing.
nice.
Ooh, like a film critic. Like writing.
I do like to write
articles.
about movies.
Rotten Tomatoes. She'll contribute to the critic score.
I feel like I could see Ryan's comments like in my mind.
I could go off. I was thinking about this recently. Like, I was talking to my dad about this. Like, when I watch a movie, I don't go into it like wanting to hate it, but like sometimes it's just hard, like after studying film, after studying like gender studies, all that stuff, and I watch a movie and I see, I don't know, like how women are represented, and I know who directed it, and I know who's on the, like, who's behind the movie, and I watch it and I'm just like, I cannot enjoy this. Like I don't want to take off this, like, these goggles that I have of like studying cinema, knowing about it, you know, like how it works, everything. Like, it's usually not just me wanting to rant about a movie. It's like all this education actually working. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but you know, it's like I can dissect a movie by just looking at it.
Because you're that good.
Well, I mean, not because I'm that good, just because I studied it.
Have you seen the movie Gone Girl?
I have. I love
God.
Gone Girl.
I've seen it one time. And Shannon's like, oh, I hate this movie. I'm like, why? Let me watch it. I watched it one time. I was just like, where's the rest?
That's what I don't like about it.
I watched Gone Girl. I've only seen it once, but I did really like it.
I'm waiting for the Seinfeld to be continued to pop up on
hate
the
it
screen.
too.
Like, what, part 2?
I think the guy's reaction in the end is illogical.
I thought it was so realistic.
Really?
Like, I thought, because nobody wanted that to happen and nobody expected it. And if you're in that position, you don't know how you're going to react. So I thought that was really cool of him just kind of going with it. I feel like that it was almost realistic because nobody thought that would happen. Like, did you think he was just going to get angry and like start yelling?
Yeah, I thought he was going to get angry and like.
But that's what like people in
I don't
kind of
want to
like
spoil it, I
manipulated
guess, but
relationships kind of act, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you find out somebody's in, I don't know, like an abusive relationship or something, you're like, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you do this? But you usually don't know about it. Yeah, to know.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
You're not looking back. I mean, all you know is what you are living. So it's very hard to like look past that. I also feel
that's just my take.
I also feel like to go back to like your comment about like how women are represented, or even like to go back to this. We try not to get too controversial in here, so I'll try to keep it very
Female
brief.
representation is important.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing, and I've made this comment many times.
Females on.
I'm an only child, a boy, obviously. So when I met Ryan, I've said this to you many times. I'm probably drunk, maybe sober. I don't know. I feel like Ryan's kind of opened my eyes to some things. I'll say it out loud. And female representation, I agree, is important. I don't really see it until Ryan starts talking about some things. I'm like, oh, okay. I've never viewed it like that. I'm very open to that opinion. I like it. But I feel like that. Do you think that it's targeted to sell tickets? So how right? So how people would, and I said like we don't get controversial. I don't want to get
this is a good question.
into it, but I want your opinion because it makes sense to me. You're saying it, I get it, but if I'm spending millions of dollars to make a film, do I want to make a couple $1 million back by just saying, hey, this is what everybody's going to like to see versus what's reality?
Yeah.
And especially in the U.S., and maybe that's why U.S. films do better overseas, don't do better overseas, things like that, because that's not how they view it. But like in the U.S., everybody's like eating it, like, okay, this is great. And then over in Italy, like, this is complete bullshit. Like, this is not how, even if it's not women, but like, let's just say like,
well, beyond
like, I don't know, anything like
beyond girls and guys, it's like a really big thing with race. It's like a movie
race.
like Black Panther, Crazy Rich Asians, like movies like that. Like,
Yeah, I think this is of such a good question considering like the Marvel universe, because I think that's one of the like industries that does try to feed you female representation in just kind of like a capitalistic way. In like they give us like Black Widow, for example, and that's one, like at the beginning that was one like Avengers character that was a woman, And they give you her, not at first, but just like, here's a woman, here's female empowerment, here's female representation. And if I don't like her, then I feel like I'm betraying my gender. If I don't like a female character, then everyone's like, but that's a female character, you should like her, you should do this. But I'm like, no, they don't write her well.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes she's but if like a man was to say all the stuff that's wrong about her, I would feel like I would want to defend her, be like, no, she's a female character, blah, blah, blah. She's written bad. That's like what it is. And I think same in Endgame, there's that scene where all of the female characters come together. And that's when I watch stuff like that, I don't feel empowered by it. I feel like it's really obvious what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And
it's like targeting.
yeah, like I see that and they're like, look at all these women together. Don't you love this? Don't you want more of this? And same with Captain Marvel. Granted, I didn't see the movie, so I can't say much about this.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, I feel like that is a good female representation, good female like superhero, all this stuff. But I do think they do try to show a lot of female characters just as like one-dimensional still. Like same with Wonder Woman. Like that is still, they give it to you as like, this is a female superhero, you should love her. And I watched it and I didn't really like it.
I think that's more predominant in this Wonder Woman versus the older ones, because the older one was kind of like I don't know, straight out of the comic book, and more like it was less empowering. It was just like, yeah, she's a superhero, just like anybody else on the board, you know. But this one was like, it brought everybody out of the woodworks, like, oh, this is our first woman superhero. But like, there were others, and this has been like enlisted for like a long time. Yeah. But I agree with you. Also, we're adding Gone Girl to watch again and Captain Marvel to watch again, so that way she can see it, because
I haven't watched
there's also like
I
the smaller things in Captain Marvel, with like the little girl keeping her jacket, her pilot's jacket, for so long, you know, and then her giving it to the little girl. Yeah. Yep. So like, so
I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
but like it was like kind of saying like, oh, like, you know, this is meant for you to wear, like kind of stuff like that. Like, I mean, no, I agree with you. I mean, and that's why I wanted to ask you the question, because I already knew your response, but I wanted to hear it. Like, I feel like the targeting is made to sell movies.
I think it's
but
obvious.
it's not only just women's stuff.
Yeah.
It's like everything across the board.
Like sometimes, or I don't mean it's obvious. Sometimes I don't think it's as obvious. Like sometimes you see female representation that you know is really good, and then sometimes you see it when it's just trying to be sold as female representation. And I think you can't always draw the line between it, but sometimes you just kind of know it's there. And I'm trying to think of recently, I think it's interesting with Harley Quinn's character in the Suicide Squad movie versus Harley Quinn's character in Birds of Prey.
I haven't seen Birds of Prey.
I haven't seen Birds of Prey yet either, but and I don't like talking about movies if I hadn't seen them, but even if you're just watching like the trailer, you can see Harley Quinn being written by a man for men versus Harley Quinn written by a woman for women. Not that they have to be for certain people, but like you can tell.
That's targeting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, like the line as old as day is sex sells, right? So like when you're looking at like, again, in my opinion, like Wonder Woman in the 60s, 70s wearing next to nothing is like, whoa. But like men are eating it up. Now it's like she's being written as a powerful being, completely different like scenario altogether. And you're getting a different crowd. You're selling to a different audience, but you're still making a ton of money. Yeah. You know, so it's kind
of similar to like in June when it's like Pride Month and like companies come out with like
Under Armour.
Yeah, buy our rainbow shorts, and it's like, okay, you're just selling gay as like what, like a tag or something.
Like in December, you ain't selling that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you just want us to give you money. So to support your own company, like what are you actually doing for the LGBT community? Like it's
also I'm not dissing on Armour, just for the record.
That's
I'm
just an example,
because like, I have a lot of friends. I worked on Armour. I know they do a huge thing for Pride, and they do things all throughout the year. But I'm just saying, like they do a big done up thing for Pride during that month, and it's like I'm sure they make a lot of their sales on that.
Yeah, like sometimes it's just like, are you selling this because you want to make money, or are you doing it because this is what you generally believe in? And I think when I first started writing a lot about film, not to circle back to myself, but I wrote.
She lived in Paris.
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Circle back to yourself.
This also is the Ryann Dwyer episode.
Yeah. I wrote a lot about, because I did film and gender studies together because I was interested in how women were represented in film. And it all came down to women behind, like whoever's behind the camera determines what happens in front of the camera. So if like the screenwriter, the director, I don't know, if all those people are men, they're going to show what's on the camera differently. So it's not really about, if you're changing who's in front of the camera without changing who's behind it, then you're still going to get a misrepresentation of people that are in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. So once you get more women behind the camera is when you start to see an actual difference in front of the camera. Like if you just say like, here's all these female characters, even though there's all men behind the camera, then you're not really getting an accurate representation, even if there's more representation.
Well put.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think that's far off. I think it's when it makes
there's like a lot of like facts and data behind this.
So, I think it's well laid out the way you said it, because, like I said, a lot of things. So obviously, like, I said it out loud once. I'll say it again. Like me and Ryan had different opinions on things. We've never really talked about them. We've discussed them out loud, and just listening to each other's opinions broadens our horizons. It doesn't necessarily change our opinions, but it allows us to see other things and open other avenues of thought.
It's kind of like what I was talking about, being friends with people in different countries. Like it's not that we have different, like it's not that we have differing opinions on topics. It's just that we see things from different perspectives.
Yeah, and I feel like unless I hear it out loud, I'm gonna keep on thinking how I think, because it's very hard to see it. Mm-hmm. So like unless you lay it out just like you did, like more women behind the camera, like I get it, and I don't know why, but like Law and Order is coming. To
like the TV show or the topic?
No, SVU with like Olivia Benson, like her being a very powerful person. But like I only see it through the writer's eyes, right? But like I wonder if it was written by a woman, how different it would be. You know, like how like maybe not as firm, maybe more firm, maybe more in power.
Yeah.
Person, you know, maybe she would have went to be a captain earlier in the seasons, maybe not. You know, so maybe Stabler wouldn't have been as like. Maybe he wouldn't have been the guy that was like tearing people's heads off. Maybe she was. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, or you could get both of those things. You could get a woman that is tearing people's heads off, and you can get a woman that's not. Yeah. You know?
I like kind of like Chicago PD. I mean, in my opinion, because they have multiple women and multiple men.
Yeah.
So it's like you get a good mix of everybody. But in SVU, there's only one woman. I usually get with the DA, and they've mixed. They've been up and down.
Yeah.
Love to hate all four of them. But yeah. No, I like that. I mean, I think, again, we don't get controversial because we like to not piss anybody off. I mean, it's as easy as that. Like, we don't want anybody to be mad at us because we don't like people being mad at us.
Really, let's piss people off.
But we do piss people off on a daily.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, just listen to us. Let's talk. Come on a podcast. Let's have a discussion.
If I was talking about female representation in films and it pissed somebody off, that... It's just something with them than with me.
That's yours.
You know?
There's no need. I mean, I feel like unless you're in a heated discussion, which I have been in, like,
how do you know?
Yeah, I mean, you've never seen my blood boil because you're a ginger dude. I know your blood boils over. I mean, you can see it rise, dude. Like heat miser in the Rudolphs. Yeah,
and
like, it's. Frame by frame.
A little crazier. I get the Scorpio crazies.
Oh, dude. Along with that. You're a little crazier.
Oh my God, a Scorpio.
Scorp sad cusp.
Not good. Ooh. Yeah. But no, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, there's a time for a heated debate. There's a time for discussion. And on topics like this, and unless you're, I mean, there's really not a time. Like, you just talk about things. It's very easy to air out.
Yeah, I feel like I've had so many discussions like this, and I'd never get angry because it's not something to get angry about, just a conversation. Yeah. But I have gotten a few times if it either becomes personal or it becomes somebody like attacking me.
It's not direct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then I'm like, wait a second, like, or they're attacking like my friends or something. Like the only time I've been heated is if it does get personal or does get something, or just like plain out offensive. But
yeah, I mean. On an open air discussion like this, I feel like there's no direct conversation where there's no like leading questions or direct answers, right? Like where I'm like directing an answer to how you should feel or how or something personal about you. Like, right, I'm not like targeting anything, and I think that kind of opens up more of a table of conversation because then it's easy, it's flowy. I don't know. It is what it is.
It is.
So, but yeah,
And I like hearing other people's opinions on things.
Yeah,
If we all
I
had the
mean-
same opinion, it wouldn't be a very interesting world.
exactly. And like I said, I'm centralized. I'd never left the States, so I don't know. I don't really have a very big opinion on the world.
Let's get you out. Let's get on the plane.
I got a passport, damn
Book
it.
your tickets right now. Yeah, you
You're
got
trying.
Five
I'm
years.
trying. I was.
Probably got like 4 years now.
We were going to Paris to see Rye. Of course, we're going to Disney Paris.
Dublin,
We were
Dublin.
we were going to go to Italy,
Ireland.
and then we're going to go back to England when you graduated, and then we're going to try to go to Ireland then. And they were ready to roll.
Let's go to Germany or
love
Sweden.
Also,
or-
I'm not German.
Let's go to Iceland.
Scottish, Wales. That's what I got told.
Go
I'm also a
Iceland.
little West African. I found that out too. In my ancestry
Let's
didn't
go to
have.
West Africa.
Hey, I wouldn't
I
mind.
think West Africa's all right. I think it's East Africa where all the crazy shit is.
I would imagine. South Africa's like really like
I don't know that
colonized,
much though.
but yeah,
Like most of West Africa, they speak French, I believe.
I believe that is true. Yeah, because I think like a lot of like I think that's why I'm West African because like European colonies came down, then went out west. Out west, 6-shooters and big
Japan.
10-gallon hats. Dog
Let's go to Shannon's suspecting camera. Oh my god, are we gonna yikes?
Keep going.
Keep
Oh,
going.
yikes.
Keep going.
Move on. Move on.
If it had been recording this all day.
Whoops. Hey, we're going sound only. No. So okay.
It's
So
fine. We're a
takeaways.
podcast.
Gone Girl.
Rewatch.
Yeah, we have to rewatch that, and then Birds of Prey is one. I have to watch that.
Never seen it.
Shit. And what's it?
I didn't
Captain
watch-
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
it?
I haven't
Okay.
seen Captain Marvel.
That's a good one. I feel like they put that in a good spot in the MCU. Well, I mean, they knew what the hell they did. From Iron Man, they
didn't
knew
watch
what they were
it.
doing all the way through. But like,
We have to
you've
watch.
seen most of the MCU. Like, have you seen most of the movies? No.
I don't know if I've seen most
They
of them.
drop they drop Captain Marvel in a pivotal moment where you're like, all hope is gone. It's just cancel it. We're done. Like,
So when I saw Captain Marvel, I was really messed up, so I don't remember it. And then I've never seen Iron Man 3.
I think I was hungover when I saw
All the
Captain
other
Marvel.
ones I've seen, though.
For some reason, me and Shannon like to go out and like party really hard the night before a Marvel movie. Yeah. Is that true? False?
We saw one of them at like midnight.
That is true.
So you're really messed up.
I
while
might
you
have
were
actually been like we might have left the bar and went there. I'm not sure. But one I was like I remember like falling asleep throughout it. The only movie I haven't seen full through is Doctor Strange.
That one's really good.
That's my favorite one. I
Yeah.
love Doctor Strange.
And when I was at Micro
I watched that
Center
every
the other
night when
day-
it came out on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
I was at Micro Center. They had on like all the TVs, and they were like, I guess like towards the end,
That's so good.
like the bricks were coming up out of the ground. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember this part. Oh yeah, I think I slept for like an hour.
If this was a Spitfire question or whatever, and I was to choose what superhero I'd be, it would be Doctor Strange.
I just like don't think of him as a superhero.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, I don't really think of him as a superhero either, but he should be. No,
The one that was like,
good. One.
he made Iron Man do what he's gonna do.
It's like I saw
What?
9 million possibilities, and there's only one where Coffee Bar Podcast succeeds.
And it's when Ryan's on.
This is the one.
Ryan saved the podcast.
Have you guys seen The Mandalorian?
Yes.
Rye.
Second season coming
Second season's
soon?
coming out
Question
soon,
mark.
Like this month.
I'll watch it.
I think it's the 7th. 7th?
I just remember talking to my dad about it. He's like, I'm interested in what happens to the baby Yoda.
That's me. I'm like, oh, the Baby Yoda show, you mean?
Oh yeah, that one. No, that's good.
Rename it to Baby Yoda.
When you said this is the one, like this is the way, is like a big thing in there.
The way.
This is the way. Yeah, the way of the Mandalorian. This is the way. Like whatever
Or
goes,
the
it's-
other guy who says, I've spoken.
Is that the Sith?
No, it's the guy that helps him on the first planet when he finds Baby Yoda.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
the Mandalorian's like, I don't want to do this. Or like, that sounds like a stupid idea. And he's just like, I have spoken.
Yeah, just go ahead. Get rid of him. You gotta take him there because they're gonna use him for all his power. It's a good show. Speaking of movies that people have never seen or seen for the first time, Jesse had finally seen all of the Harry Potters.
Wow.
He stayed for a weekend binge at
Did
our
a bender
house.
with your sister over there.
Like literally, they sat there on the couch. Like I was like going along my my weekend thing, like cutting the grass, playing video games, doing whatever I do on a weekend. Them two are just like
watching Harry Potter.
they're sitting out in the living room just watching Harry Potter.
And they were like,
how'd you feel?
great.
Great. He's like, dude,
They
this
were
is
like-
finally what happens.
They were like, we've just finished the second to last movie. And it was like,
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
yes.
Okay.
It was like 1 a.m. And then they were like, shit, we have to go to like this cookout tomorrow. I was like, wake up at 7 a.m. and watch this last movie before we go.
I don't remember. What were we doing?
And we did that.
You go to my parents' house or something?
Early and watched it.
Yeah, Garrett's mom was complaining about the salad or some shit. She was like, I'm bringing salad, and this lady's bringing salad, but hers
Let's not
isn't
talk
going
about
to
that
be
on the
homemade.
podcast. Let's not talk about that on the podcast. For the record, my mom's pasta salad is superior to all other mothers' pasta salad.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's good. She
Because
puts.
she puts love in it.
I remember when
I was gonna say she put pepperoni in it, but love too. Love too.
like getting someone else's pasta salad.
See, that's not mine.
That's not the one I made.
Put that shit back, Shannon, in the trash.
Just gonna throw it away.
I'm just gonna throw away my whole plate.
Great. You want to talk about cancel culture?
Sorry, Cheryl. Love you too.
No, but her pasta salad is lit. It depends. Well, it doesn't depend. It's always good. But the one she makes with them little like curled up noodles, that's good. She does a pepperoni in that one. But the bow tie one that she does with the shrimp and the Old Bay,
Ooh.
that's good.
But anyways,
That's,
Harry Potter.
all right. So anyway, Harry Potter. What I was going
So
with
previous to this, I've only seen the first movie, and so I thought it was like little kids running around casting spells and shit. But in the later movies, it's pretty insane and it's cool.
People die.
And yeah, people
That's
die.
intense. Again, like I mean, I never read the books, but like she
The
knew
books
what she was
didn't have an
doing.
author, by the way.
Didn't have an author?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
She does like this.
So next up, she's believe human being.
Radcliffe wrote them.
Yeah.
But anyways, what was your point?
Daniel Radcliffe wrote them.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe for Harry Potter.
I have a hard time believing that. Especially after he was on Now You See Me.
No, have you
movie.
seen that other movies in what's it called? Swiss Army Man. Do you know what that is?
What? No.
Is that the show he said?
No, it's a movie called Swiss Army Man
With him in
where
it?
there's this guy like stranded on an island or some stupid shit, and Daniel Radcliffe is this washed up dead body, and the guy uses Daniel Radcliffe's dead body to get him out of surviving on this island. Like he uses his body to like make a fire or like chop down trees or. It's a very crazy movie.
It's a legit movie.
Yeah, add it to the list.
I'm kind of nervous
You
to
gotta
watch this
see
one.
this. Oh my word. Anyways,
Wow.
after that bomb, what were you getting
So
at?
Harry Potter.
Might have to use the bathroom on that one.
Sit down.
Still sitting. All right. What was your favorite Harry Potter? Actually, let's ask the guest. What was your favorite Harry Potter movie?
So, when I was younger, my favorite Harry Potter movie was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I watched it every single day after school because I just loved it so much.
I'm listening. Like I'm closing my eyes, envisioning Little Ryan saying this. Cue picture of Little Ryan.
Like, I love Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Bright blonde hair.
That was my favorite one. I think now, as I've aged, I really like the Order of the Phoenix. That's the one where like Dumbledore's army assembles. You know, like the
They start
me
practicing
that wants to
magic
like
and,
overthrow
the
the bad people just like awakens
Yeah,
when
they're
I
like,
watch that
shit,
movie.
this bad stuff's real. We gotta get some.
Yeah.
no one else
Stuff
is
going.
no one else is paying
Yeah,
attention to it.
and I feel like that's the one also where that's when like Harry keeps saying that like he wants to do stuff on his own, but then they're like, no, we're your friends, and like we want to help you. We want to do this too. Like this is bigger than just like. I feel like that's when the Harry Potter story becomes bigger than just like his experience. It's like a whole like everyone's involved now.
Yeah, so I guess it's a transition between little kids casting spells in like this full like wizard world
Yeah.
battle and issues and story.
I think that's like you're saying, like other character roles start to develop a little bit more.
Yeah.
And they become more included.
That's when Luna Lovegood is in it too.
Luna. Wild Child.
Yes.
AKA Ryann Dwyer. Like when
Yes.
Lol.
Yeah. So I know that was probably going to be a targeted question. What fictional character is Ryan
Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about
most
that.
associated by, or who do people look at Ryan and say, oh, you know who you should be or who you are in a movie?
You didn't find out my favorite.
Jesse, what is your favorite Harry Potter movie? Also, I don't think. Okay, you said so. Chamber of Secrets is yours for sure. You said when you were younger.
When I was
That's
younger,
her
I watched
younger
it all the
one.
time. I
And
feel like
then
I had to mention that one, but I think Order of
Gru
the
and
Phoenix
the
my
Order of the
favorite.
Phoenix.
Yeah. I had to talk about the development. Yeah.
As you grew older, Harry Potter grew older.
Exactly.
So I kind of have to like cheat a little because I watched them all in one fucking weekend. So it's kind of all blurred together.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I really like Prisoner of Azkaban.
I think it's
Well, that's a good one too. I feel like they're all so good.
They are good.
Okay.
Yeah, because that one has like a lot of like plot twisty, like
Oh.
weird stuff that happens.
And that's
like,
the whole time turner part too. Oh,
yeah,
that's so
has
good.
has this small like weird part with Hermione like develops into like a whole big plot thing, and then so I would say that's my favorite. And then my like cliche answer is I really like the last one
Oh,
because
dude.
Oh, that's
Harry's
really
like
good.
peak character development and finally like realizes everything and
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is the last one where he sees like Dumbledore when Voldemort's like shriveled up under a bench?
I was about to say that's like my favorite scene
That's,
in
like,
the
one of my
entire.
favorite scenes,
yeah.
too.
When Dumbledore says, when Harry's like, "Is this all real or is it just happening inside my head?"
Yeah.
And then Dumbledore says, "Of course it's happening inside your head, but that doesn't mean it's not real."
Yeah.
Oh, I was shook.
So like, I would say that's probably like, one of my favorite movies. I will say this, and it's going to hurt a lot of people's emotions. It's not
we
my
don't get controversial.
it's not my favorite
Yeah, this is what we
scene.
meant.
It's my favorite scene, but I can't remember the movie this happens in, and I know Shannon will remember it. I'm gonna say it out loud. It's gonna hurt. Get the tissues ready.
Oh,
What movie does Dobby die in?
part one.
First one into the second one.
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yeah, so
That one's really sad.
I would say like that first one is like really. That's when things start clicking for me, right? Like, that's like
that's
when you start really
Yeah.
understanding everything. They start explaining
Yeah.
everything. You're like, okay, like
That's true.
we're about to pop off. Like we're coming back. We're on the comeback right
This is
now.
only part 1.
I thought we weren't going to make it. Voldemort's going to win this shit. It's done. Just cancel
So
it.
it's very interesting you bring that up because I mean Dobby's death. It's very interesting character development for a character that's not there very often.
Yeah.
Like he's gone for like 2 movies after his.
He's in the books a
First
lot.
one.
If you
Is
read
he?
the books, yeah. You just watched the movies. I guess you read the books.
I read the first 3 books.
He probably-
Maybe that's why I like
He read more
Prisoner of
books than I
Azkaban
did.
a lot because I read that one too.
I read another books. I'll admit it.
But yeah. Harry Potter and Snape. Severus Snape.
Wow. All right.
Dumbledore.
I'm gonna call bathroom break, and then I'm going to say rapid fire questions to end it.
Whoa. Okay.
What are you feeling that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wait here and be
Sounds
perfect.
good to me.
We'll be really
Wait here and be
quiet,
Perfect.
and people think the episode will end, and
Can I
they'll
use the
X
bathroom
out.
too?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
Bathroom
talk to the people.
Okay. Should I go?
Wow, our audience is gonna get real pissed, leaving me alone and letting me talk to them.
Yeah, Shannon, do you want to wait here?
Shannon, you better censor me.
Should I go all the way downstairs? Or should I just wait till Garrett's done?
Garrett will be quick.
Okay, because I don't want to walk all the way downstairs.
If you walk slowly, maybe he'll come out right as you get there.
Walk to the bathroom.
It's right outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
This has been fun so far.
Yeah? Are you less nervous?
Yeah. I got less nervous once I sat in the chair. I was like, yeah, this is right. I deserve this.
So, people out there, apparently our guests get a little nervous, and that's a huge compliment to me. Boost my ego a little.
I think I was less nervous also when I saw Garrett put his cell phone up as the,
No, we're exposed.
as the video. I was
What are you
expecting
talking about? This is a $10,000 camera.
There's a sound system, everything, right?
Ah!
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot better.
I was exposing the industry.
I need to show what's behind the camera. I'm just here for
Oh my
for
God.
research.
I watched this high production show, but it's some fucking basement bullshit.
Okay, me back.
We got exposed.
Yeah, we got exposed.
Why?
She said, I feel a little less nervous when I saw Garrett put his phone up to record us.
It records in 4K at 60 frames. So, you know what? It just made sense. Why pay for a camera?
You want to buy my camera?
Right, I heard the camera's on you. You buying? Shan, what'd you say? What was your favorite movie?
I like the Goblet of Fire.
Hey, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Did you wish
No.
No!
Take my money back. Take my money back to my dad.
Wow.
And when they're in the port key
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to the match, I'll tell her Ryan gets back because she thinks it's really funny.
I can't wait to hear that clip. Can we clip that and that be the Instagram post? Did you put your name?
What match? Whether in the maze?
Actually, I have a funny story about Harry Potter.
Right, did you hear me?
What?
Oh, you have to listen to the whole episode. I did one of the best. Dumbledore. Oh. Jesse's got to go now. That was a big deal.
here.
No, don't do that, please. We're not controversial.
One time.
What
Oh.
my favorite one was when I said Goblet of Fire.
Oh.
And I was going to say the really funny scene when they're coming off the port key.
They're walking down.
Yeah.
I laughed before.
No, I knew it was funny, but I couldn't remember why.
It was funny, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I was like, I know I like this part. Well,
We're going to have a solid 4 viewers on this one. It's going to be your parents and my parents.
yeah, basically. You're like, what does Ryan have to say? She doesn't talk enough at home.
A plus Robert Patterson.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of this when I heard you guys talking about like saying some of the funny quotes. One time I asked like some of my British friends, because I realized after we watched it at the beach that when we laugh at Harry Potter, we're usually laughing at how they say things or what they say. Like we're usually just laughing at their accents or like when they say something funny. And as for my friends, I was like, I realized we have different Harry Potter experiences because you don't find what they're saying that funny because you already have British accents, but we are making fun of how they talk the whole time. So I was like talking about funny parts that we like think are funny, and they're like, yeah, I don't get that. I was like, we laugh at everything they
squeeze?
say. Yeah, that is our Harry Potter
I don't wanna
experience,
make
is making
noise
fun of their
editing
British
things.
accents.
But it's so weird because that's like right now, that's like the only like British film that I could think of. But I feel like there should be
The
like,
only
some-
British film.
Like I think of that. I think of like Love Actually. Like I feel like there should be a lot
yeah,
more
you're
British.
Dunkirk.
films, you know?
But they
Dunkirk.
don't talk very much in that movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces.
I watched that. I went to see that movie. I think we all saw it together. I only wanted to see it because Harry Styles was in it, obviously. And then I forgot it was like a war movie. And then I was like, oh my God, like this is a lot more stressful than I was thinking it was going to be.
Speaking of stressful, 1917?
Oh, that was a really good movie.
That was
That
a
too.
phenomenal movie.
Both
Last film me and Shan saw in theaters
Yeah.
before COVID.
Yeah.
So both that and Dunkirk, like the sound in those movies,
Oh, yeah.
definitely benefits from being in a theater, and
Yeah.
it's like a completely different
So
experience.
that was like my biggest thing is like everybody's like, oh my God, this is like crazy. Like you feel like you're there. So I was like, Shannon, we have to go in theaters to see this movie because I didn't.
Yeah, I think it is better in theaters.
That's what, I feel like you
Yeah.
would have really got like the experience. Like you're surrounded by it, in my opinion.
And how they try to pull off the like one shot look. The
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
It's crazy.
Yeah. A movie you need to add to the list that I keep telling everyone to watch is Parasite.
I wanted to watch that.
You did want to watch that. When was that? When
It's
we were
so
trying to get
good.
Netflix?
Like talk about building tension.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, yeah.
Don't get me started on Korean movies.
Go.
Go.
was-
Where's the
Parasite.
button? Where's the button?
Start.
Parasite, Old Boy, The Man from Nowhere. Roll credits. Just
Roll
watch
credits.
this during and be amazed.
Story for another time.
Yeah.
To make the list. Weekend Vendor again. Want to roll into quick fire, no explanation. I'll say it because I'm not good. I'm not good at it.
I'm not good at no
You
explanation.
want an explanation?
Yeah.
Let's check time.
I
What
wanna
we
know
got
the
on time?
explanation.
What we got on time?
An hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be our longest
Really
episode.
quick, wrap it up.
I mean, Ryan's been in
that
Paris
long.
for a year. She lived in Paris, everybody. I don't know if anybody
yeah.
else knows this, but she's been in Paris.
Bonjour.
Oui, oui.
Je m'appelle Ryan.
Baguette.
That's more than I know. I had to Google Translate episode 9
No.
and episode no. That's
I have the
'cause-
worst French out of like all my friends. So.
all of your friends
Yeah.
from other countries.
Yeah, I really, yeah.
You
Of course.
fucking entitled American. Coming in my country speaking English to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Rapid fire with maybe an explanation.
With maybe, I would say some of these. Maybe.
We'll see.
Okay.
Fucking go. Say
Yeah,
question.
start. Start.
If you could be a part of any TV series, family, who would it be?
Has it like blood family or found family?
Roll credits. She ripped us apart. We weren't prepared for this. Up to
So
you.
do-
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I said no explanation, but like, I don't. How do I explain the question, or does it only account to her? I don't understand.
Wait, any
whatever
like
you want, Rye.
you know like shows where like friends are kind of like the family?
So kind of like Friends.
Yeah, like I feel like friends
Or
could be a family.
Big Bang.
Okay, so let's just say if you could be a part of any TV series, group cast,
Okay.
yeah, who would it be?
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Or She-Ra and the Princess of Power.
Are you more of a Toph or are you more of a... What's her name? I'm an idiot. Aang's girly girl.
Katara?
Katara. Yeah.
Do you just disrespect Katara like that?
I did. Now I'm gonna die.
Neither. I don't think I'm like either of them.
Oof.
Then who else? What other girls are in the family then?
I like Aang.
Dang.
Okay.
I don't have to be a girl.
Yeah, you know, that's true.
Or
Sorry, I
Uncle
presumed.
Iroh. Uncle
Roll
Iroh is my
credits.
favorite. Next question. Wait, are you guys also answering the questions?
We can if you'd like.
Yeah, what
Okay.
cast?
TV series.
I think you guys have
First episode. First episode Seinfeld.
Oh,
With this
nice.
clutch.
That's a good one.
Yeah. We answered this in the first episode.
Oh, sorry.
And just like, I don't watch TV. And they gave me some anime family, and I was like, all right, sounds great. We're just starting this podcast. I'm going to agree with anything you say. That's how it went the first episode. The pilot. First episode, first season.
You know, I'd be Spike from Cowboy Bebop because I'm the main character and I'm super important and awesome and
Sounds like a you answer.
sounds like a Leo answer.
Favorite holiday, your birthday. And any other holiday around it.
Am I
Scorpios are
a
actually
Leo?
the undercover Leos.
No, for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. Favorite movie and TV show or TV show? Writer?
That's hard.
Both.
Favorite movie and TV show.
Yeah.
Both.
I feel like whenever I'm asked this question, I forget like every movie and TV show
Yeah, I
I
feel
like.
the same way.
You
I
want
get
us to
But-
start so we can...
Yeah, you guys can go. I have one in my head though, but you guys can go.
Okay, so we did like favorite movies because we did top 5 movies. And my favorite movie is Accepted.
Oh, that's a good one.
Just because it's funny and it's comical and it plays like what I wanted college would be like, but what it 1000% wasn't.
You didn't go to a fake college.
Apparently went to college. So it was kind of fake because hey, it was kind of a figment of my imagination. Whatever I want it to be.
Say this movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. After
You
she
are a watching
said
guy.
they're racist. I can't think of any racist parts in that movie, but I might be ignorant.
I don't remember the movie that much. I know I watched it, but
Put it on the list,
I'll need a
Chad.
rewatch.
Put it on the list.
It's 3 hours is the thing. No
Well,
one wants to watch it with
We got
me.
a whole weekend. Let's take out the commercials. Let's cut down this time.
And then I guess show
Yeah, I would say.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I don't I mean, if we're talking about
Some
modern
weeb stuff.
TV shows,
I really like that one.
I was having big. Going back to SVU. I'm a big.
It's a
Dun,
classic.
dun.
I feel like it's still going. It's just so good. It's hard to
Some
like, once it's
weekly
on.
TV.
If you haven't seen the episode, which is rare,
You have to watch it.
you're not turning it
Or
off.
if I forget how it ends, I have to watch it.
I agree.
So not to be that person, but the reason why I wanted to study in France and the reason why I really like French movies is because of a director named Agnes Varda. And she's my favorite of all time. She's like a director that's been making, or she had been making movies since like the 50s. I wrote my dissertation about her. I really, really love her. And she made a movie in the 70s called One Sings, the Other Doesn't. And it's about like abortion rights in France and just follow these two women's lives like through like the women liberation movements and all the stuff. And I feel like I just watched that movie this past year because I was including it in my dissertation. And that when you said favorite movie, that was the first thing I thought of, just because I thought it was so good and so amazing. And when you consider its time also, it's just like very radical for its time because it was in the 70s. And Agnes Varda herself, like part of the reason why I wrote the dissertation is because she was like an activist herself. She was a part of like women's liberation. She like made all these illegal trips to like to help women get illegal abortions at the time in France because it was illegal at the time. And she just made this movie that was about women liberation, but it was about how it can be like fun and it doesn't have to be this like scary, serious topic. It was like a very like about this woman that liked to travel and sing and this other woman that it was just a very beautiful movie. Yeah. So I think right now that is my favorite movie.
So, you know, because we're going for the all-time longest podcast of all time, like limit here. So I don't want to say it's weird that you say that, but thinking of this from like an outsider looking in, I guess movies that are in France, right? Unless you're watching them, you're not really thinking of things that are based off of a French timeline versus of a States timeline, right? So in the 70s, things might have been different here than they were in France.
Yeah.
So that movie might not have been like applicable.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that's how it was in America or United States then. So me never seeing the movie, unless I knew a lot about, maybe not a lot, but more about French history, then maybe it just wouldn't make as much sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't be able to delve as deep as you could.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And this also going back to like, this American, you know, our minds in America type thing. We're really ignorant to foreign films. There's a lot of good foreign movies out there.
Yeah,
like I've seen a lot of like German movies, Korean movies, you know, stuff like that. There's some really good cinema out there that's overshadowed by Hollywood.
100%.
Yeah. And you think, okay, so stemming off of that, do you think Hollywood's like the biggest market in the world?
I don't know, because I think it is the biggest market in the world, like as a fact.
That's what
yeah, but when I was in India, Bollywood was so big.
Yeah.
Like their stars are just so big, and they're everywhere. They're like on all of the billboards. Like everybody talks about them.
Yeah.
They're all like the same guy is in like all of the magazines because he's like the biggest star there. So I think that could be bigger than Hollywood to them, but we don't see it that way because like we don't know Bollywood. We don't watch Bollywood movies.
Would you say, so because I'm thinking of this, it's like, okay, so you have like Hollywood actresses and actors, but you also have people that don't make Hollywood, people that are viral, people that are, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So or
even like independent movies and stuff.
Right. So like I feel like because maybe America's so big, or because it's very you can go from one corner to another corner, have completely different views. Maybe because I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking like the biggest actor right now, which I don't even know who we would consider that, is on every billboard because some random dude on TikTok has a billboard in Southeast Baltimore, right? Because that's just a thing that they do or we can do. That's a big difference between here and India.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's just like a question I'm thinking of.
What was the question?
Maybe because the U.S. is so different. So like, because maybe their Bollywood is Bollywood is like so large. And maybe like maybe TikTok or maybe viral videos, YouTube videos, independent films aren't as big there.
Yeah.
As they are here. Maybe Bollywood's overtaking that versus like Hollywood is not the only place you can go to get entertainment in the States.
I'll have to watch a Bollywood film
Oh,
So
they're
all
so
like
good. I can recommend some.
all the clips I've seen are like crazy over the top stuff. Like this guy like karate chopping a helicopter or like something.
Like that's what I
Yeah,
think
some
of.
of them are.
Or like the dancing.
Oh,
A
the
lot of
dancing is
Yeah,
so
or
good.
like the dance breaks and
They're very long, like double the length of like our movies. There's usually like an intermission. You get some tea, some chai.
wow.
Yeah, that's Jesse was like, "Oh, that movie's 3 hours." Talking about the good, the bad, the ugly.
6 hours.
Yeah, he's like, "That's gonna be a 6-hour movie."
Whole day affair.
Yeah, you gotta clear your schedule. All right, so TV show, favorite TV show.
Right now, my favorite TV show is She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Nice.
It's a cartoon, and it's really, really good. It's like one of those shows. Not that I need to explain this,
She
but
got the power.
do you ever like watch something and you're like, "This is everything I like in a show. Like this is everything I want. This is like for me."
Can't say I have, but I hope it happens.
Yeah, so,
That's how I felt with She-Ra. It's like based off the '80s She-Ra, but now it's like a DreamWorks cartoon.
I have not seen it, so I can't reflect on that.
Put it on the list.
Put it on
If
the
you-
list.
yeah.
It's a long list.
We're gonna go on a like
Ooh.
7-day binge.
One of my favorite questions that we've been
Ooh.
asked of all
What we got?
times.
What we got?
Would you rather explore space or the deep sea?
Oh, I remember listening to you guys talk about this, and I disagreed with it so much.
Oh, she thinks we're idiots.
I definitely the sea,
Really?
like 100%. Yeah,
why?
You're a witch.
Why? What's your
space
reasoning?
scares me. Like I don't know. I feel like there's just
Oh, for sure.
We're the opposite.
They're
though.
both scary.
Yeah, no, they're
Like,
both
don't get
really
me wrong.
scary.
They're
No,
both-
yeah.
I mean, like the unknown is
yeah.
not fun.
I don't know.
Rocket. Get me on the sticks.
Like I feel like sea is already really interesting, like sea animals and like
Okay.
I don't know, and to go further into it, because I think you face the same issues. Like you can't breathe in the deep sea, you can't breathe in space. You don't know what you're going to see in the deep sea. You don't know what you're going to see in space. They're both kind of like alien to you, but for some reason, I think
I feel
sea
like for
sounds more
me,
interesting.
It's because we already know so much about the sea, but we don't know that much about space.
But we really don't know that much about the sea. Not that much of it has been discovered.
Do you think more of the sea's been discovered, the more space has been discovered?
No, I feel like space is kind of
It's,
infinite.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like maybe that might be like because it's
That
just,
would probably frustrate me about space. Is that like I can't know what
you
it's
can't
all
learn
about?
as much as you can.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like that's why I also think like people are taking like I don't want to go on an Elon Musk kick, right? Because there are some viewers specifically.
Bullseyes.
Drink?
Every time you mention Elon Musk, is that a drink?
Who me? What? I'm drinking this raspberry white claw. Drink. Uh-oh.
Yes, I. Oh no.
Here, hold on.
Elon Musk like space scares
Are
me.
you pouring my beer can?
No, I'm gonna pour it in this.
We ran out
So we're drinking raspberry
on a
white
Wednesday.
claw. Ooh, someone's got to work tomorrow. Let's not announce the day we're drinking. Jesse, rookie move. Yeah. So
Saturday night.
it's actually it's a Friday. No patching's done on this night. Just so everybody's aware. We're free and clear of work.
Shout out to my boys in the patching department.
Thanks for holding it down while we're drinking White Claws. So anyway, where were we? Deep sea,
Yeah,
space.
You weren't going to mention Elon Musk,
but I'm
but
going to. Everybody drink. Cheers to that. You know.
Everybody in the pool. I don't care if you can swim.
Yeah, just no serving. I feel like everybody's very frustrated with him only saying like, "Oh, we just need to get to Mars. We just need to get to Mars." But I feel like he understands that there's like an extent of how far we can get in a lifetime, and he's like, if I can just get us there and back repeatedly, with minimal damage to the Earth, then he'll be successful. Maybe not. I don't know. He's got a much bigger brain and he reads a whole lot more books than I do.
Brain.
But I just feel like he understands that there's only so much he can do in a lifetime and he's putting all of his life towards it. When I feel like there's people out there that want to study the rocket science and like, oh, dude, we can get X amount away, but it's not feasible. It's so far out there. I would say space because there's so much more to learn. And maybe if you just chip, a little bit away, we can get there. We can get a little bit further. I don't know. The sea is scary. I don't like it.
I don't like space. I feel like I feel more comfortable, maybe.
Because it's here.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
And I think, honestly, both of them would, no matter what I find, I don't know if it changes my life here that much. Because I kind of already act as if, like, other planets are existing with other people. And that stuff in the deep sea, like, I pretend that, like, I don't know, mermaids or dragons probably exist somewhere. Ooh. So, like, I don't know if
elaborate. Honestly, it's the first time we ever talked about this.
Eric, can we not have any more witches?
I don't know. I feel like
spooked.
I'm spooked.
JK, explain.
It's
I don't know
almost
how
the
to
1st
explain
of
it.
October, the 1st of Halloween.
It's getting spooky.
Spooky season.
Like, fuck it, they're out there, and
Yeah.
No, there's some shit. There's some shit.
Yo,
like,
what's up?
Layers down in the earth.
Yeah.
Like not even on the land, like on the land, like under the land.
Yeah.
For sure. That are
Like,
living down there.
I don't know. I feel like a whale could be as mythological as like a dragon. You know what I mean?
That would
like,
make sense.
I feel like they're both very inexplainable.
But we're used to seeing whales.
Seeing a whale.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Like,
but I get what
we've
you're
never
saying.
seen a whale
Yeah.
before, one just popped up.
Yeah.
We'd be crazy about it. But
Yeah.
the way it looks like.
But you remember like Moby Dick, like when they're like, oh my God, this big whale. Like it was a standard whale. So like
It was just a whale.
they wrote a novel about this shit and it was
wasn't
like
it white or something? Like, wasn't it an albino whale or something crazy?
I think it was. Yeah, dude, you didn't watch Page Master? You didn't pay attention,
I
Jesse?
did watch that.
I made
I love
you
Page
watch.
Master.
We rented it and watched it. And
Really? I want to watch it.
Also, it's only like it's like an 80-minute movie. It
Yeah.
goes by so quick.
I
But
found All of the Other Reindeer on YouTube the other day. It's 45 minutes long.
quick.
Play the clips.
That fucking nostalgia rip for you guys while I'm watching.
Oh, it was
this.
so good. And he had just
Page
got,
Master's so good.
we had just got done watching like 4 Harry Potters. Too. It was that night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
You took a break with Page Master.
I was like, dude, Page Master's. He's like, I've never seen it. I'm like, we're watching it. 100%. It was completely worth it.
It's all right. I was gonna say I like the live action parts better than the when he turns into a cartoon and
The
waltzes
beginning?
around with the books. Yeah.
Yeah, but the cartoon is like that's a main part.
Yeah.
And
is
all
the
the
Live
center
action, like the
of
first
the story.
15 minutes.
all the fucking cool kids are going off the ramp, and they're like, "You're a freaking pussy."
And then he goes off the ramp at the end of the movie, and he's
Yeah, he's redeemed.
because he's read books or he's listened.
Oh
to
my
books.
god, what a time!
I'll also
Anyways,
say that's Macaulay Culkin. That is
fucking whales, those alien motherfuckers. Wait, Home Alone kid?
Yeah.
He is
Tell
big brain. I found this out the other day. He is in a serious relationship with the Asian girl that plays London in
Brenda
Sweet
Song.
Life of Saf and Cody.
Brenda
What?
Song.
Brenda Song.
Brenda Song.
Yeah.
He dated Mila Kunis for like 8 years.
Yeah. My boy Kevin.
I'm shook. His parents left him at home for 1 weekend, bro. I'll tell you what, return on investment. Shit, I wish my parents left me at home more. But
Last
I'll be
article
honest
I
with you,
read,
if they
They were going to
would-
Paris
if
in
they
that
would
movie.
have, I wouldn't have met my beautiful wife. You know? So,
Last article.
the
I read,
alternative, but
bonded over being child actors. Wow,
True.
what a life.
that makes sense, honestly. Yeah. It's a good show, though. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got any more weird
So, okay,
shit to expose,
yeah.
Rye?
I have a lot of weird opinions.
What movie would you want to star or be in?
Wow, we asked the film.
We're
master
asking,
this.
we're asking a lot of film questions. I think they're credible.
Is she gonna say her favorite movie? Is she gonna say something different?
Do you guys know yours? Have you answered this question before?
No?
What was it?
Oh.
What would you want to star in or be a part of?
Sometimes I don't answer. It's like sometimes I don't know if I answer these what I really think or the first thing that pops into my head. But the first thing I thought of, like one of the coolest characters that I imagined was Furiosa in the new Mad Max movie. She was really cool, and I wouldn't mind being her.
The new one, like a couple years ago?
Yeah, like the newer Mad
Okay.
Max movie.
Is it the one she's got like her,
She's like shaved head,
yeah,
one
yeah,
arm.
yeah.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
badass.
After I watched that, I was like, I will shave my head
It was,
and maybe cut off my
I
arm.
like the like grandmas.
Maybe.
Maybe. Huh?
that are
did she just say maybe
badass.
cut her off her arm? I didn't hear that. But Shannon was like, maybe. I'm like, well, I heard her say shave her head. What else is left?
Maybe.
Like, please don't do that, Ryan. Let's just double check. Does she have health insurance? Does it
Yeah,
also?
I'm not 25 yet.
True. Oh, don't
26.
hey, don't creep her out like that, or Jesse. Both of them.
Health insurance.
Wide-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Living the life.
Oh,
I won't, hopefully, I won't be an American by then. By then.
I'm 24. I'm fucking ancient. I'm not 24.
You
yet.
are ancient.
I'm almost 24 though, and that is gonna be a trip
Here it is. Where we go?
to the nursing home.
Oh, movie. Movie that Shannon wants me to be a part of.
I don't know if Mad Max is my final answer. I just thought of her and think that she's a really cool character. But let me marinate with the.
I would like to replace Keanu Reeves in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
Bro,
or be Marty McFly.
that's a cool one too. I think
Actually,
both
I'm gonna
of
go
them-
with that. I want to be Marty McFly in Back
That's
to the Future.
that's two solid answers,
That's
honestly.
an interesting character.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta know a lot about
Or
first-class
Karate Kid.
actors. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Oh, I know mine.
I'd like to be a
I
part.
know mine.
I'd like to be a part of the MCU. Yeah,
You want to be
like-
Thor?
yeah.
I
Dude,
knew
Thor,
it.
That's
Thor
one
is
of the
my-
best questions.
Thor is
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite.
Thor yoga mat over there. I don't know if the people can see, but
Don't talk about Thor like that, all right?
it's cute.
Bring me my hammer.
I'd yoga that mat.
Bring me Thanos.
Okay, mine actually is Donna in Mamma Mia.
You're a big Mamma Mia fan.
I love Mamma Mia.
Soundtrack
When I watch-
on all the time.
Yeah, when I watched the second Mamma Mia, I was like, yes, that's who I am.
Yes. How do
That
I
is
become
moi.
Oh,
She goes to Paris. She goes to Greece. I was like, I will be her.
That's what really got Ryan to film.
Belgium?
Yeah.
Mamma Mia, man.
I was like, Mamma Mia, this is cinematic masterpiece. Meryl Streep singing? Come on.
Is that her actually singing?
Yeah, it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I would feel bad to hear anybody, or for anybody to hear me sing.
Oh, yeah, me too.
On that note,
Yeah. You can tell this is a Shan question.
one more, last one.
I'm gonna go two. I'm gonna leave one for
Two?
Shan. I'm gonna leave the last one for Shan.
Okay.
Because she put this in here, obviously.
Obviously.
If you could cross country road trip with a famous person, dead or alive, who would it be? Let's say I'm gonna extend this because I'm gonna say if you could travel worldwide, like not just cross country.
Oh.
Let's go on extended, maybe backpack through Europe.
Do you know your answers?
I think
so.
That's a really good question.
I don't know. Cross country. I extended the cross country to travel worldwide.
That's a really good point, Diane.
Thank you.
Do you know your answers?
No.
Is this a real person, not fictional?
No,
right?
it can't be. Famous person, dead or alive.
Okay. So a real person, not a fictional character. Okay.
Famous person, dead or alive. Real person. Dead or alive. Joe Ron.
I think I have
Ron
one.
Joe. Oh. Okay, I know mine.
What's yours?
Ron Swanson.
Wait,
Or-
so this is a character.
No, hold on.
Fictional.
What's his real name? Ben. Not Ben.
I can't think of his real name either.
It starts. God.
I know it, but like,
Yeah.
I failed you in the Bacon Empire.
In the meat.
Oh my God.
Nick
Was it
the
Offerman.
meat
Oh yeah,
eater?
Nick Offerman.
What's that burrito called?
Oh, I do see that. Why have I never made that connection before?
With me and him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I follow him on Instagram, dude. And
Toxic
I eat on
masculinity.
every post he puts on there.
Molly used to
He just
have
released
like
a book,
his
too.
pyramid from Parks and Rec, because like pyramid, I don't know what it's for, but he uses it in the show. It's like meats at the bottom and like I don't know all this stuff. She used to have it in her dorm room. And it was really funny. You should get the poster.
All right, I'm in. Where can we hang it?
I feel like that would describe our dynamic really well, of you being him and me being Amy Poehler's character in Parks and Rec.
I feel like it's very, very accurate.
Yeah.
It's like a constant. We're not on the same page, but at the same time, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Who would I
There's
be?
respect.
You were definitely.
The Indian guy.
No, I'm not giving you him. I'm giving you.
I think
I was gonna give Jesse Ben.
Ben Wyatt, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Ben Wyatt for sure. Have you watched that?
I've only seen a couple episodes.
Mark
Who's
it.
Ben?
Put it on.
Oh, it's
put
so
it on
good.
chat. Put it on.
I want to be Aziz.
Who's Ben? You have to describe it so I know.
Ben
You would be.
is Leslie's
And that's what
husband.
makes me Anne
Or
want to be.
Yeah.
he's the dude who plays in Step Brothers, too.
Oh,
Derek.
not Will Ferrell, the other guy.
No.
His stepbrother. No, not the stepbrother. His brother. Derek.
Oh,
He
the
sings in the
asshole?
car,
Yes.
right?
The one who gets the shit beat out of him in the treehouse?
Yeah. Yeah, so he is Ben Wyatt, who comes in as like a tax accountant?
Yeah. He's the one that like tells everyone they need to like, I don't know, like
Like, redo the budget.
yeah.
And
He's
then
like,
ends
we
up
need to cut the
staying.
budget. Like people need to be fired.
Yep. Nobody gets fired.
No.
Everybody gets fired. Yeah. You're lucky you didn't get Gary.
So anyways, road trip across America with a
Nick Hoffman.
dead person.
For sure.
I would...
We would be whittling some wood and making some bacon. Got him. Got him. It's like a slide whistle.
I would pick... So I have a general idea, but I don't know a specific person.
What's the idea?
This is going to sound really tropey and stupid. I would want a famous person who doesn't speak English. So we would not understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
But there
by-
would be an understanding.
Yeah, but by the end of the road trip, we have an understanding of each other
very far-
without speaking.
When I say far-fetched, I don't mean like it's like a crazy idea. I just mean like you're shooting for the stars. You know what I mean?
I can
Like,
see it.
Do you understand what I'm saying though? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like your idea is not. I'm not saying your idea is crazy, but I'm saying like you are like go to Ryan. I'll think of this idea.
Maybe I'm reminiscing of most of my taxi rides in Thailand.
No, like I mean,
That
where
kind
I
of,
didn't
I feel like
speak
that
English. But I got to
segue
where I
into
was
mine.
going.
Well, I was imagining who I was talking about earlier, Agnes Varda, the French film director that I really love, because she was somebody that I wrote my dissertation about her, and she was somebody as the more I learned about her, the more alike we seemed, and just how like she was from France and she loved to travel, and like her biggest thing in her movies, which I found just very like radical, was her just wanting to understand people's stories everywhere. And one of her she passed away like a year ago, and she was like in her 90s, but she was still making films. And one of her last films was her and this younger French artist road tripping around France, like just capturing people's stories, getting to know people, photographing them, and like it was just a documentary. But even though they spoke the same language, I feel like the whole movie was about their dynamic of her being really old and him being really young, and just how that dynamic played out. And that was one of my favorite films, and I feel like that just showed who she was a lot, because she was really older, but she had such a young spirit. And she was somebody, she passed away last year, but I would love to go on. I would go cross country, across the world with her. Yeah.
yeah. God damn it, I can't think of like what I'm trying to explain to Jason. But like that's that exact thought process is exactly what I'm putting on you. Like something that the unknown, how we're talking about, like you guys don't have anything in common.
It could be a really good movie.
Yeah, you're like you're reaching like for the stars, and you're trying to grasp something that's like nobody else would try to
Swiss
conquer.
Army man.
Somebody put it on the list. Put it on the list so we don't got to hear about this thing. We can watch it, and we can give our review of how Daniel Radcliffe
Plays a dead body.
becomes a fire starter, or like chops down a tree or something with his body.
Plays a dead body.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, heard.
Last question.
The last one. The last melon.
What we're gonna do is we're about to break 2 hours.
Yeah, that's long.
I'm just such a good guest.
What is?
I have a lot
I
to
saved this
say.
one for Shannon.
Favorite color.
Your favorite Harry or One Direction song and music video?
I can't answer. Oh wait, no, I can't answer that.
Give me a 1 to 10 on that.
I can't answer that.
accent right there. Do you like it? Okay, that's not a 1 to 10.
I
That's
gotta
all right.
remember it's called what
Harry.
I think it is.
Oh, One Direction. That's all I can get. Honestly, this question's really not for Jesse. Jesse, oh shit.
But we all have to answer. We all have to answer.
real quick.
Okay, mine. Can I say why?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Okay,
Go
so mine
ahead.
was the one that we just watched downstairs, Watermelon Sugar. by Harry Styles. And it is because, for the kind of the same reason I was talking about earlier, like, I feel like that music video is, like, it's very sexual. Like, the song is very sexual, and, like, the music video is very sexual. Like, you know, the fruit is obviously a symbol. But how the music video is shot, it's not him over-sexualizing women, where sometimes you watch something and it's kind of like sex sells. But when I watch that music video, it seems like women just enjoying themselves and being sexual just for the sake of it. And I think that's enjoyable for other women to watch. Like, he's not over-sexualing them. It's not like this guy with all of these, like, accessories on the beach. It's like all these people having fun together. It's my favorite.
Okay.
And that is why.
My answer is going to be not deep like that. It's going to sound
That's
really
okay.
stupid.
So, I will say, I want to follow.
Oh my God, I'm a really big brain because I'm realizing I think this is a Big Time Rush song, not a One Direction song.
Wow.
I was saying it earlier, there's that
Back
Big
to
Time
the
Rush
phone.
drinking game that we saw where instead of playing Thunderstruck, they played the Big Time Rush song.
So we're playing it after
It's
this.
like, when you go big time.
I also had to remind Shan about the Halfway There song because we were talking about that.
Is that One Direction?
No, no. That's Big Time Rush. You were telling
Okay,
me how
yeah,
you
then
do
that's
it.
what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Big Time
That's the
Rush.
song I'm thinking
What?
of.
You have to say your favorite One Direction song too.
Oh, and music video? Okay.
Oh, what?
I didn't know this was a two-part question.
It's fair.
Just, I failed.
I mean-
Go ahead.
Shannon made the questions, so it's a two-part question. Especially when it comes to One Direction or Harry Styles. I'll give you some time. Let me give you some time.
I think one of my favorites is the Live While We're Young music video. I don't know if that's my favorite song, but, like, I've never watched a music video and been like, I need to be there. Like, they're having so much fun. They're, like, camping. They're in those, like, gerbil balls in the water. And it just looks like pure, like, fun. And I wish I was there. And that was, like, peak. I think that was Take Me Home. I think that was that album. And that's just a really good album. Peak One Direction.
So I'm going to ask a question here, Shan. Does it have to be a song by One Direction or can it be a cover?
Ooh.
All right. So with that being said, I was very happily shown a video this past weekend. I'm going to go with, that's my answer to both. Teenage Dirtbag.
Oh, it's so good.
And they have it in their movie, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it
so
is
there's like a
their
music
movie.
video for it where they become like action heroes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it, like pause them in cartoons. Oh,
that's a good
first
one.
of all, Teenage Dirtbag, top 5 song. Because I
That's
am
such a good song.
just a teenage dirtbag,
Play
and that
it.
is all. We will listen to this video after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the song that Harry Styles also, he sang The Chain on his tour as an encore, which is really good. And he sang a Peter Gabriel song recently. I don't remember.
I'm just going to plug this again. You guys should go watch the video of One Direction singing Teenage
Teenage
Dirtbag.
Dirtbag.
Because that video is solid.
It's a good
I mean, it won't be the actual one with the cast from Loser.
Let's record a music video.
But all right, hey, content coming to you. I want to hear about what the audience thinks about these ideas we're having. What do you think?
Sure, tell them. We should wrap it up.
You didn't
Should
say
we
your
wrap it
favorite
up
One
with
Direction
this?
/ Harry Styles song.
Oh my God, because I'm fucking on Big Time Rush, baby. Like,
Sorry.
Give me one song. You know one song.
from One Direction.
Yeah. Or hairstyles. Can't be Watermelon Sugar because that's Ryan's.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'll take that.
That's the only one.
I'll take that. That's a song. Song by One Direction. I like it. So we will wrap this up, but we're gonna have part 2 soon. Very soon.
I would like a part 2.
And we're gonna have a couple movies that we're
Part
gonna
2 of
see
everyone.
together.
Let's get this whole, every fucking
Yeah,
guest
like
we've
this.
had the past fucking
Yeah, dude.
10 weeks, however
So
long we've been fucking doing this. It's
Like a-
more than
like-
10 now, Jesus.
like a rap party. Yeah, next one.
You just get everyone really drunk in a room and like put a
Sounds like
microphone there. And
Terrible idea.
How about next time I interview you guys?
sure, go for
okay,
it.
okay.
That'd be nice.
Yes, I like that. Part 2.
Cool.
Yeah, Ryan interviews us.
I love
Yeah.
talking about me.
Wow.
Sure you're not a Leo, dude?
Do you know
got
your
two Leos in this table,
Yeah.
and neither of us would make a remark like that.
do you know your moon or rising sign?
He knows it all. We got the app, CoStar.
It's
Notes.
I write it down because I forget. But
Did you listen to the episode with the?
I didn't. I kept meaning to the horoscope one.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to.
That's the HR girls.
So,
Don't call them
sun sign,
ladies.
Scorpio.
They say
Girls,
ladies, yeah.
okay.
moon sign Aries, rising Aquarius.
Didn't you just-
That's interesting.
Didn't you just say moon sign? Didn't you say the moon rising? The moon is Aries.
Yeah, the moon is in Aries. The full moon's in Aries this week. That's gonna awaken something.
Well, my moon sign is
Wait.
apparently toxic masculinity, and
Is it going to awaken something, or did it awaken something? To be continued. All right. Well, we went for the record of podcast episode. I'm sure we are a couple days short of it, but
no.
I mean, for Guinness World Records. For ours, we are way past it. If you guys are still here, thanks. Much love.
Thank you.
Ryann Dwyer,
Rye Part
ladies,
2,
gentlemen,
coming
Thank you,
soon.
thank you.
aliens,
Maybe
whales.
a different setting.
100% a different setting.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm thinking beach. I'm thinking
We'll
ducks.
bring you
I'm
to
thinking
Albert.
Ducks.
more alcohol. I'm thinking Ryan asking the questions. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.